The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets and the New York Giants wrapped up their second of two joint practices earlier today. Aaron Glenn said some interesting things about the plan for Saturday, or maybe the lack of a plan for us to know. We'll get into that and much more. Dylan Tereman is going to join us. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, AG's first training camp with the New York Jets is underway.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Wednesday, show number 2 on the day. We have a watch party on Saturday. Lock in your spot. Click the link in the description for the show you're watching right now and join me and the Asmaniacs for what should be a hell of a night at T-Squared Social in New York City. $18 tickets. The price does go up to $23 on Friday, so lock in your spot. 1 beer, 1 shot included, plus a raffle ticket to win, a framed and signed Brees Hall jersey, 2 tickets to Jets Panthers, Corbett signed jersey, Glenn signed jersey, and a bunch of other awesome prizes. So lock in your spot. If you haven't, it is easy to do, and all you have to do is click that link in the description. Before we bring on our guest, a lot of you have reached out, and I appreciate it. You were all wondering if fame has changed me. I was on Good Morning Football earlier today. It was a huge honor. And if you missed it, here was the 22 seconds of greatness from yours truly.
I love the fact that you were loyal to the Good Morning Football brand. All these other guys, they're leaving.
Who are we talking about?
I don't want to name names, but Peter Schrager.
Now that we have that out of the way, who wins more games this year, Jets or Giants?
The Jets. Come on. Jets, Jets, Jets. And I'm a huge Kyle Brand fan. Team Kyle Brand, is that allowed?
Yeah, it's allowed. This is New York.
Breakfast and Kyle Brand. Is there anything better? Come on, people.
I love this guy.
Kyle Brandt, a friend of the show, confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. But shout out to all the Asmaniacs who were tagging me in the Good Morning Football post. They tweeted the full segment, so you can check it out. But they basically had Kyle Brandt do a man-on-the-street interview asking football fans who wins more games, the Jets or the Giants. And you guys obviously know which team I was picking. Let's say hello to a good friend of the show. He is well on his way to getting 1,000 subscribers on his channel. Ladies and gentlemen, DT, Dylan Tereman, joins us now. What's up, Dylan?
What's up, Jake? Dude, that's an awesome video. I don't have my YouTube TV subscription back up and running yet for regular season football, so I don't get to watch GMFB. But, dude, that's a great segment. And you ate it up with Kyle Brandt, and he was loving everything you were saying. So I can't wait till you text me and say, hey, can we move you to another day this week so I can have Kyle Brandt on Wednesdays? Happy to be here, man.
I appreciate you hopping on as always. We got a lot to talk about. Last 2 days of joint practices. Interesting week now for the Jets. They don't have practice tomorrow. There's a walkthrough on Friday, so the media will not be around the team for the next couple of days. So the next time we see the Jets and the next time we hear from any Jet player and or coach, it's not going to be till Saturday when we watch the Jets take on the Giants. Let's kind of just start with the last few days, Dylan, of what we have seen, what has been reported. What to you are the biggest takeaways from these 2 days with the Giants?
I think the biggest takeaways were, one, Malik Neighbors is scared of Sauce Gardner. No, I'm just kidding. But the fact that both of those guys are dealing with injuries is a bit unfortunate. But the biggest takeaway to me is, even though the offensive line struggled more today than they did yesterday, I think overall, when you put into context of just how good this defensive line is for the Giants, they come out as like solid days for the Jets. And AG even said it. He talked to the offense after day one. They came out and improved upon what he asked of them in the meeting after practice on yesterday. And then today, the defense kind of struggled and fell off. And now I want to see if AG is going to go back and do the same thing for the defense and say, hey, for tomorrow's practice or Friday's walkthrough, whatever it is, and I know the media is not going to be there, I need to see this change out of you guys going into the game on Saturday, and then we can, hopefully have a more complete unit and a very competitive game on Saturday with the Giants. This is going to be very fun, and it's going to be a lot. The Packers game was a bit of a snooze fest, to be honest. We were up like 24-3 at one point. Like, you could have walked away in the third quarter and been like, okay, I saw everything I needed to see from the Jets' perspective. But this week, I'm really excited. Justin Fields didn't struggle a ton. Passing is going to be, a work in progress again against this D-line. But the run game was getting good push, and it seemed like when the Giants were being aggressive, the Jets just said, hey, we're just going to run the ball or do short game and try to counteract your quick pass rushers there. So all in all, I come away pretty enthused that we're going to be, well off against higher levels of competition. And the Giants are they're the best defensive line. Like, is there a single unit in the NFL that's better than the Giants D line? I don't think so. It's very good.
I think that to me is the big thing. Like, the experience that the Jets got going up against that unit, that to me is all beneficial in the long run. And you're right. While there were moments where certainly the passing game struggled, especially the downfield passing game, like, I really would love to see Fields and Garrett have a big connection at some point on Saturday. We'll talk more about what the plan could be for the starters in just a bit. But even on days where the Jets have struggled to throw the ball, they've been able to run the ball all summer. And I think it was really encouraging to hear how well Breece and Braylon looked the last couple days. And I think yesterday, just listening to Will Parkinson's recap on Badlands, because he was at the Jet facility yesterday, he said it was amazing to see just how innovative the Jets were at finding ways to get Breece Hall the ball in space as a receiver. Mason Taylor recovered from a high ankle sprain in 8 days. He's out there in 11-on-11s already making plays. Like, I think overall, the Jets got exactly where they needed to get out of these joint practices. And maybe the biggest thing is no major injuries from these 2 days, at least that we know of right now.
Yeah, if Sauce Gardner is the most major injury, then that's okay, because we know it's going to be a slow roll bubble wrap approach.
Calf soreness for Sauce, for those who missed the announcement earlier.
Yes, and we know how to feel about calves as Jet fans. We got to take it slow, but also don't panic right away. But in terms of just the run game, that's been the consistent thing, right? We know what this team is going to be. The identity of this team is going to be exactly what we saw against the Packers. 28 pass plays or pass attempts to 40 rush attempts. And I know 2 or 3 were scrambles by the quarterbacks throughout the entirety of the game, but this is what it's going to be. So the fact that they can run against anybody at this point, obviously the Packers are a good defensive line too. Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary, you still have first-round pick Lucas Van Ness in the mix there. They have some good defensive interior players still next to Kenny Clark, but now the Giants is a bigger test, right? And we were able to get after him there. Fields was able to open up with some of the designed runs. I know he had a big run for like 30 yards that went for a score, I believe, or would be a touchdown. So I'm really impressed with the run game, and I think that this is what's going to be – it's going to be boring football, right, compared to what we're used to with especially Rodgers just going spread and trying to pass the ball 600 times a season. But if boring leads to competitiveness and fourth quarter, sealed victories instead of blown fourth quarter leads, I'm cool with it. And I'm really impressed with, Braylon Allen, dude. He's so special. I think he's going to be really good. Donovan Edwards was still really good too. I know Isaiah Davis has the ankle. But let's not put the cart before the horse and try to trade Breece Hall for pennies on the dollar because a UDFA fourth-string running back had really good success against other UDFAs on Saturday.
So what I was really encouraged by is the fact that when you look at like the type of team the Jets are trying to be, it seems like anytime Fields had a design play for him to run, he was able to get huge yardage. Like today, Braylon Allen had some big plays. We talked about that. But Fields, I read that he would have had like a 30-something yard touchdown scramble where he was basically untouched. So I think the Jets in the running game, at least so far, seemingly have done a really good job scheming to the talent they have because that's their strength. They should be able to run the ball effectively with the O-line and running backs they do have.
Yeah, it seemed like today, just specifically today, Fields with the 30-yarder, Allen with a 25-yarder. That's almost 60 yards right there at a clip. So, like, this team doesn't normally get 60 yards in a game sometimes, especially with Aaron Rodgers. Like, we were just so downtrodden as an offense. Like, we couldn't get anything going on the ground. So to have 2 runs today, and I know it's practice and we have to take it with a grain of salt, but 2 runs that go for 50 to 60 yards total, that gives me so much enthusiasm. We had the big call run back from the run called back from Donovan Edwards in the game, and like we would have had over 120 yards rushing in that game. If this team can average 110 yards, 120 yards rushing a game, and I know that's very hard to do for an entire 17-game season, but I think we actually have the horses to do it. You get 30 yards on the ground from Fields and all the running backs mixed in, however you want to percentage that up, and everybody gets a piece of the pie. I think we can go for 120, 130 yards a game on the ground. And then Fields doesn't need to pass more than 17, 20 times a game. Like there might be games where Fields passes the ball 12 times and we win. Like that might actually be a thing with this offense. And we'll get into more of the offense, but I think there's a lot of good signs early on that we can glean from. And Engstrand might actually be a really quality OC.
We're going to go through the opening drive on film, do a little impromptu film review. We'll put DT in the lab on the spot, breaking it all down. So stick around for that. A couple things I want to mention. The first thing is that we are presented by FanDuel. If you want to actually bet on the Jet Giant game on Saturday, I just looked up the latest odds from FanDuel. Jets right now, +3.5. So no respect for AG's team after their dominant showing against the Packers last Saturday. They were 3-point underdogs going into that game, and now they're 3.5 against the Giants on Saturday. So if you want to bet on that game or any game, any sport, check it out over at FanDuel. The second item of information I wanted to share is yesterday, for those who saw the second stream, we were giving away a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey. However, we voted to give Nate the jersey because Nate Parentheses Nate went around New York City and essentially, I don't want to say harassed, but he somewhat harassed tourists and New Yorkers to subscribe to this channel, and it worked. I gained a bunch of new subs. So I gave Nate a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey. But I have another one to give away. It's in my hand right here. And everyone who entered that yesterday is already in, but anyone who wants to qualify for a signed JJ jersey in honor of his return off the PUP list, as Jermaine Johnson will ramp up the practice schedule going forward, your chance to win this at the end of the stream. So shout out to Phantom Green and White, The Human Fund, and Luppy for gifting memberships. Luppy is in for 5. Oh, baby, let's go.
Oh, when you got to fart, you got to fart.
You just ripped ass. You're no better than Gorman.
At least I'm 10 times sexier than Gorman. That's a guarantee.
Just another day in paradise on this channel, Dylan.
Oh, man. Yeah, shout out to Nate for that yesterday. That was awesome. I agree with whoever commented and said he probably needs a bulletproof vest underneath the flag he's rocking there, because you can't just go up to people in New York and harass them for subscribers. But that's awesome. And we got to make sure that's not a Denzel Mims signed jersey, right? That's Jermaine Johnson, number 11. We can confirm that.
Confirmed. For the camera, for the proof.
There it is.
This is a legitimate Jermaine Johnson signed jersey. It is not Denzel Mims, people. So
as the proud owner of a Denzel Mims rookie autographed football card, I know what Denzel Mims' signature looks like.
Yeah, it's probably not great, just like his play on the field. God.
It starts off real strong with a big pause, and then it just kind of dies off. So
well done. All right, Aaron, super chat. He starts us off here. He says we're going to play a lot of close games. I believe the Jets will, because I think they're going to be way better coached, and their style of play kind of lends yourself to playing one-score, low-scoring games at times. One encouraging note from today specifically, Nick Folk, 6 of 6 on his kicks, including 2 from 50+. Nick Folk hit a 55-yarder today against the Giants. So it's nice to have a kicker, baby. Folk, yeah.
Absolutely. And even Mevis went, he went 100%. I don't think we saw the actual numbers on how many kicks he attempted, but he didn't miss today either. And I said it in my breakdown recap video on my channel at Dylan Tereman for everybody who wants to go over and give me a subscribe. I said it, and I was like, if Mevis is auditioning for 31 other teams in the NFL, this is all you want to hear is Folk is hitting all his kicks. Mevis is hitting all his kicks, because we know at the end of the day, if neither kicker misses a kick, and this is obviously not going to happen, but if neither kicker misses for the remainder of the preseason, we're still going to roll with Nick Folk, right? We've already paid him, I think it's $60,000 a game and $750,000 up front. Like, Mevis isn't touching that type of money, and I get it, it's kicker money, but also like Mevis could bring back like a 7th round pick, right? A kicker is a premium position on cut down days. Other players, they kind of fall through the cracks, and teams know that they can scoop up guys at different positions after cut downs when they clear. Kickers are different. And I feel like we've done this on the other end, right? We were trading for kickers on cut down day because our guys were trash in the month of August. So to have it be reversed and we could possibly get something from Mevis, maybe that's a bit of a high expectation for Mevis, but I'm glad that everybody's making their kicks and special teams is looking good after the worrisome bit of the offseason we had there at the start.
Yeah, McNamara looked really good in the game on Saturday, and I was nervous about any rookie punter, and I didn't like having a rookie kicker either. So if you tell me it's Nick Falk and McNamara is truly as good as he looked, and Glenn referred to him as the sniper, like, okay, I'm in. If you tell me that he's going to be that good. The one thing I'll add, too, on just the kicking game in general, a year ago, there were warning signs that we chose to ignore with Greg the Leg because of how good he had been the previous 2 years. He struggled in camp. He was bad in the preseason. Like, Nick Falk hitting his kicks is not nothing because there's concern, oh, he's 40. What if he just loses it and he's washed up? That kind of happened to Greg the Leg, but we saw the signs of it. We're not seeing that at all with Nick Falk. He's been money since the Jets brought him in.
Yep, he only got the 1 extra point, and then Mevis got 3 field goals and 2 extra points in the preseason game. So maybe they roll Falk out there for 2 kicks under the lights on Saturday against the Giants. But, yeah, I mean, we saw a much different landscape at the kicker position last year, and they just made the wrong decision. Again, if we go back to each kicker is perfect for the remainder of the preseason, they could choose Mevis, and it might not be the wrong answer, right? It could be the very bad answer, like it was last year when we took the veteran over the young guy. So I feel like it's kind of obvious that Nick Folk is our guy, and I've said this before, maybe it was on your show. The fact that Westhoff came in and they cut a kicker and brought in a 41-year-old after wanting to get cheaper everywhere else on the roster, it goes to show that Westhoff's influence is still oozing through One Jets Drive, and he comes in and he can make a change.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the big fella. You kidding me?
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
$100 super chat. That is the equivalent of 20 raffle entries. So the big fella, now the leader in the clubhouse, to win a signed JJ jersey at the end of the show. Let's go. TBF. Mike with a super chat. I bought a Mims jersey. Had so much hope for him coming out of Baylor. Oh, the pain. I didn't have Mims, but I did have Elijah Moore. So I took that to like one of those embroiderer places and got them to change the nameplate to Rogers. So I was able to salvage that one briefly.
So you're going to be a repeat customer of that embroidery company again and go back and get it to say Cisco now.
Absolutely.
Even though Cisco will never wear that jersey.
Big Andre Cisco fan.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, everybody is. My jersey history is not as bad. Like, I've bought football cards of like all these guys, Mims, Carter, Elijah Moore. I probably have like 8 Elijah Moore rookie autograph cards in my closet that are just completely useless now. But my jersey history, like I stopped after Jamal. And then I didn't get a jersey until Aaron Rodgers, and it was the green one that he never wore because
he never even wore that in the game. Yeah,
no, he wore the white ones when he got hurt,
and he wore the current
throwback
home whites. Yeah, the throwback.
And
whites
in the preseason game, he wore the old white against the Giants preseason game. So he never wore the green one. So it's like completely useless. But now, thanks to you, I have signed Fields and a signed Sauce. So we're up with the current times. Or not signed Sauce, just a regular Sauce.
How does that fit, by the way? You try it on?
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm probably going to end up hanging it, but I want to wear it to either Pittsburgh week 1 or Tampa week 3. Hopefully don't spill any beverages on it or any like ketchup from my hot dog because it's the white sauce. And then I'm going to hang it up alongside the Fields right behind me.
I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Tereman is our guest. Go subscribe to his channel. He is just 300 away from being able to fully monetize his YouTube channel, which is a big deal for Dylan. He puts the work in, does a great job. He started his own thing. He was with Jet Nation for a long time, and now he's got his own channel. So everyone go subscribe. I put the link again in the live chat. I'll add it to the description for those of you who aren't watching live. Before we get to some film here, I want to pull up the Aaron Glenn answer when asked about the starters playing Saturday. Dennis Wazek's Twitter account here sums it up best. Glenn declines to say whether the Jets starters will play in the game versus the Giants. Quote, the plan is the plan. So we don't know the plan. And then the media was too afraid to then follow up and try and get more answers out of Aaron Glenn. But Dylan, what do you think the plan is besides the plan is the plan for Saturday?
Well, yeah. I mean, first off, the reporters are learning, right? I think that's the best part about it was the audio of that answer was hilarious. Said the plan is the plan. And there was some like awkward chuckles in the media, and they didn't really want to approach it with a follow-up. And you could tell Kaz was like itching to just ask the follow-up. What does that mean? What does the plan mean, AG? Come on, tell us. And he's just all business, man. I love that approach from him. As far as the plan, I would love the plan to be a quarter. I've said 6 to 9 drives over the course of the preseason, and we've already talked about saying I don't think they play in that third game against the Eagles. Maybe AG surprises us, and they do. So I would like to see 3 or 4 drives out of this starting offense, but I think we're probably going to see closer to 2 or 3. I don't think AG is going to put him out there for the 4th one, especially if it goes like it did against the Packers. If they, have a decent drive on the first drive and they kick a field goal, they come back out, then they maybe score a touchdown. They might not get a third drive even, or they get a third drive and that's it. I feel like if they are sluggish and it's 3 and outs and Fields is getting sacked and there's no push in the run game, maybe they get 4 series. So I hope AG gives them at least a quarter.
I think they're going to play around a quarter unless they got nothing going, let's say, and he just wants to see more. A quarter sounds right. I think there's a chance they play in the third preseason game too, because you have to remember they have a week off in between game week. So there's like that extra week. So I guess it really depends on like what Glenn's philosophy is. Is he going to treat this game like it's the last tune-up, or is he going to treat that third game like it's the last opportunity to get his guys ready? If he's going to treat it like that, then I think they probably play about a quarter in this one, and then maybe they play a little more than that in the last one. Every team is different because now with 3 preseason games, you never know how each team is going to value what that last game actually means. But I do think they play at least a quarter. I think we're going to see the starting offense and the defense play at least 3 total series, if not more, depending on timing.
Yeah, that's a fair point about the Eagles game in the third week of the preseason, because we don't know what exactly AG is thinking about as far as
it's the 22nd, plan. The date of that Eagles game, which the season doesn't start to the 7th. So you have a lot of time, even if they're like someone rolls their ankle.
It's a 16-day gap. Yeah,
there's enough time for them to be healthy for week 1. So he might play their starters in that game too, for all we know.
100%. And to your point, if they treat this one as not the ramp up, maybe you do see 2 series and then they see more in the third game. But I don't know if AG is so unpredictable, and like we just don't know yet, and like he's staying so guarded, like close to the vest with all that information. So I would like to see 2 to 4 drives is what I'll go with. 2 to 4 drives.
All right. What I want to do now is show a play from earlier. I'm not doing this because I'm happy about this. I'm doing it because we're Jet fans and we keep it real on this show. So if you want Jet homerism, this is not going to be the place for you. I am officially concerned with this passing attack being able to get the ball downfield, Dylan. It's why I would like to see the starters go out there and Fields be able to connect with Garrett Wilson or connect with Josh Reynolds, because I saw this play making the rounds on social media today, and it's once again another play where Fields and Garrett Wilson don't appear to be quite on the same page, and I feel like this is a throw that in an actual game Fields is going to have to make. You can only run the ball effectively as much as you can to a certain point. You're going to need your quarterback to drop back and make some plays. So I'm just playing this on a loop here. What do you make of this play here, and just the general concern from a lot of the reporters who have been there every day about the lack of a downfield passing in that we've seen from the Jets so far?
Yeah, I think it's actually really convenient, and you set me up this way probably by accident, but you said that Fields needs to be able to hit this pass in a live game because he can't rely on being able to run the ball himself. This, at least the bones of this play, Jake, it's a 3-by-1 on the left side of the formation, and Garrett motions across to an out route. That's the exact bones of the pre-snap of the Justin Fields scramble touchdown against the Packers. So in the red zone, maybe this play does work for, Fields to take off. But on that same play against the Packers, Jake, Garrett was wide open on the motion out, and he didn't look to throw it to him. He checked off it real quick, got to the check down, and then took off and ran. So I am a little bit concerned as well. I don't know what your level of concern is, but mine isn't terribly high, because I watched a Chase Daniel breakdown of Justin Fields' pass attempts in the preseason game against the Packers, and he talked about the depth of the route, and Garrett Wilson could maybe potentially, he doesn't know, and nobody knows what the coaching is telling him. If that's supposed to be a 4 or 5 yard quick out, that's not what he ran. He ran a 6 to 7 yard quick out off the motion, right? So if Fields is looking for him to run it at 5 yards, that's a 5-yard completion. It's not a 7-yard completion because Garrett's too far. In this situation, it looks like it's a bad throw from Fields altogether, but there's just multiple layers of the quarterback wide receiver connection that are so important to this. And if Garrett isn't listening to the details of the play, it's on Garrett. If Fields knows he's supposed to be at 6 or 7 yards and he throws it and it's 2 yards short, then it's on Fields. So there's just a lot that, and I don't want to make an excuse to not know what the play call exactly calls for, but that's twice now we've seen that same concept and it didn't work. Obviously, it resulted in a touchdown for Fields with his legs in the game, and that's great. This is the play here. Yeah, if you want to play it all the way from the beginning, you can see it's just inverted. So they have basically Garrett motioning across to the out route, and then they run mesh. So just 2 underneath guys. It's not the exact same formation, but it's very similar, and Fields just takes off. No, this is the –
I'm trying to find the exact play.
Yeah, that's the scramble before. That's the scramble before the touchdown.
This is the play right before.
That's the scramble before the touchdown for 1 yard. So the next play is the touchdown.
Here we go.
So you see motion across from Garrett. He runs an out route, and look, he could have had him. You can't really tell, but Garrett had his guy beat, and he didn't look at it or he didn't throw. He obviously didn't throw it. So then the mesh concept comes into play with the 2 underneath guys, and he doesn't throw to either of those either.
He's got Garrett here, you're saying, right there.
Yeah, right here. Garrett, look at all that separation on number 20. That's Javon Bullard of the Packers all the way at the 5-yard line, and Garrett's at like the 9-yard line. Fields very easily could have thrown that to Garrett here, but then he took off and ran. So I like the fact that he's attempting the throw in practice. Again, there's a miscommunication, though, for sure, and it's going to start raising flags if they can't get on the same page.
So that's now twice we've seen that. Look, Fields' ability, though, to just do this is why they still could build a successful offense around him. But for him to take that next step that we're all talking about him being able to do, and some Jet fans think, oh, he's the next Darnold or Baker or Geno, those are the type of throws that he's got to make. And it's been quiet for Garrett the last couple of days. Samini noted that in his observations today. I was watching his recap. So I would like to see some downfield attempts in this game Saturday and see if they can connect on some of those and make that happen in a game-like scenario.
I don't know if anybody in the chat was in attendance for this, but during one of the team periods, I believe it was yesterday, Fields went 3 for 3 to Garrett against Deonte Banks. I don't know what the routes were or how deep they were, but if any of them were more than like 5 yards down the field, that gives me a little bit more hope. Like, if this is the only clip that we have publicly to view and it's not a good one. So maybe those other 3 completions were really good for Fields in the team period. So again, there is a level of concern, and you want to see them start hitting those connections more often because that's supposed to be our guy, right? It's supposed to be his guy. 130 targets, potentially Garrett Wilson in this offense. So I like what they're doing pre-snap in the bones of the offense. It's just, we got to get it going a little bit.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. If you're one of the 400 plus people watching live right now, it's a no-brainer to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn Up the Jets just gifted a listener a channel membership. Not only did he enter this jersey raffle we have for a signed JJ jersey at the end of the stream, but on Monday, he has a chance to win a signed Darrelle Revis jersey, a signed Nick Mangold jersey, and a signed Wayne Corbett helmet. Those are the top weekly raffle prizes. Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. Dylan, you consider yourself one with the I don't know, how do I describe this? One with the CBD. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh, I partake. Absolutely.
You partake? You know, you're a big fan of...
Nate doesn't know how to ask that question because he does not partake, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
do now. Thanks to IndaCloud, baby. Brand new sponsor. They sent me a bunch of gummies, and I have been trying a lot of them because I have a whole box of IndaCloud gummies right here, baby. So these are THC products that are actually awesome. They're not mystery edibles that your roommate's cousin made in his air fryer. We're talking gummies, vapes, pre-rolls. Dylan, you can speak to this more than I can, but it's legit. They're awesome. So very important here. If you're 21 or older, go to indacloud.co. That's indacloud.co and use my promo code, which once again is in the description for this video that you're watching. The promo code, it's Asman, and you'll get 25% off your first order plus free shipping. So for everyone who's into the THC, everyone who's loves the weed gummies, all that, I got the product for you. It's in the cloud. They also have, Dylan, I think you'll like this, the dope rope, it's called,
Oh,
from
hell
in the
yeah.
cloud here. So I might have to send you a box of all this because there's no way I could have this many gummies. It's dangerous. But I know my brother will have a lot too, and I'm going to Vegas with him this week. But anyway, In the Cloud's awesome. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. 25% off. Code Asman. Inda.shop/Asman. All the info is in the description. It's hyperlinked. So just click it. And In the Cloud will hook you up with free shipping. Plus, as you see on the screen there, 25% off your first order. All right. Phone lines are open. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Danger Zone is gifted a membership. So Dane is in the raffle for one. Let's get to now some of your awesome phone calls. And first up today on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is none other than the great David T.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Hi, guys.
David T.
You're making me snicker because, I'm an older gentleman and you're talking about, gummies and weed and all that kind of stuff. And, way back when, in the words of, I guess, Tommy Chong of Cheech and Chong, it was more fun to smoke back then because you had to hide it from the cops.
Yeah.
You ever get caught?
Pardon me?
You ever get caught by the cops, David T?
You know what? Way back when I tried it, my brother was, he was always, a weed smoker. And ironically, since I came down to Florida, when I first came down, my nephew, kind of hooked me up a little bit, and I did it for a little bit, and it was only for medicinal purposes, you understand.
Of course.
You got to fix the eye, right? It's for the glaucoma
Yeah.
or whatever, right? It's just for the
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah, but what was one of my things, to try to improve my vision, and
You look
Yeah,
great
yeah,
with the
yeah.
glasses, Dave. I love the glasses on you.
Oh, thank you. These are reading glasses. Yeah. But anyway, if I have my vote, the perfect time for Dylan is Wednesday, the second show. I have to work Monday, Tuesday, Friday. When I'm off Wednesday or Thursday. So if my vote means anything, this is perfect for me.
I love it. I like the hat you're wearing too, David. Did you know that we were matching today?
Oh no, you know what? Now that you mention it, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous, Jake. Now that you mention it, yeah, we are matching.
I think it looks better on you than it does me, though, David.
Well, I don't know about that. You're the man. But anyway, just a comment on coach. The intensity and I'm worried about the passing game too, but coaching to detail, and he reminds me of I work over at a restaurant, the guy that runs the place. It's like, either you want to work or you don't want to work, and if you don't produce, we're cutting back on your hours, and eventually we'll part ways. So you can kind of relate it to that. But so I guess the word is refreshing, and my prediction right now is 8-9, and we'll see what happens. It can change till I always keep it open till the first game of the year. So that's it. That's all I got. I don't know, if it's anything of value.
Hey, David, anyone ever tell you look like Bruce Arians?
Oh, no, risk it, no biscuit.
Is that what he is known to say?
Yeah.
He was the coach of Tampa, right?
He was in the Cardinals.
Yeah. Well, I'm down in Tampa, and his saying was no, for a long passing game and all that. He's an offensive guy. No risk it, no biscuit. We got to do that with Justin Fields a little bit this year.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, David T.
I got my INUG.
I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
David, excellent call. Big Country's got a super chat for us. He joins the raffle for 2 with this. Jake, send some into Cloud to Beast. Maybe he'll chill out. LOL. Fields just needs more time. He'll be okay. Maybe it's because the Giants D-line's going hard right now, but he needs to figure it out. He will, and the Giants D-line has put a lot of pressure on him, and I think we'll be okay. But they got to get the connection with Garrett going, because that will open things up in the running game too if you have the play action with that to work off of.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said at the top, if they're going to continually send, a pass rush and just commit to stopping the pass game, you can start your quick game, your screens, your short game, running the ball. So there's counteractions to, having just an aggressive attack style defensive front. And that's on Engstrand, AG spending both days with the offense at joint practices and at the press conference saying, I don't know what happened on defense. I wasn't over there. That's amazing to me. I love hearing those types of things. And it feels like we're actually going to get some, substance from that. Whereas like if Saleh was watching offensive practice, he's probably just drooling over Aaron Rodgers.
Glenn with the offense, 2 straight days today. Love it. As far as the first part of his question, Jake sends some into Cloud to Beast. Well, why don't we check in with Beast right now and let's see if he'd be open to such a tremendous idea.
Oh, when you got to fart, you got to fart.
You just ripped ass. You're no better than Gorman.
At least I'm 10 times sexier than Gorman. That's a Karen goddamn team. Can we pull some video work on that Packer game from Saturday, and I get a good bird's eye view of that, please?
Some video work. You're gonna give us a film breakdown, Beast?
I'll break it down for you. I'll do some breaking. We're gonna break it down right now. We're in a classroom.
I'm going to roll the plays. All right. This is the entire drive from the Jet starters. All right. Play by play. You assess what you're seeing on film. All right, Beast?
Let's go.
All right.
All right. What I'm seeing here, nice little surprise there on the inside. That's a nice little HB draw. Little surprise. There. Here comes another one. A little bit on the left side. Not so good there. Got to work on that. Round number 3. Let's try this again. Let's see where it goes. A little surprise here. A little bit of a shotgun. Boom. There you go. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice little speed of pickup there. Now to round 4. Watch example. Boom. Right in the kisser. Round number 5. Let's try it. Let's try something a little different. Okay. Little Justin Fields goes right up for that right across the center. Bullseye, smart ass. There you go. Right in the kisser. Here we go again. Watch it closely. Drive up the middle. That's how you're supposed to. Nice little draw. That's a good surprise. That they should be paying attention, doing a little more of that. Here comes another example. Justin Fields sets up. Here he goes. Gets out of the corner. Sees the guy's wide open. There he goes. All the way down to the old 16. And the best of the best. A little stun gun action here. But here comes the icing on the cake coming right up soon. Here she goes. The guy puts his hand. He's gonna be putting his hands up very soon as a surprise. See, Packers did not see this coming. They're not gonna be surprised. Watch it closely. Here goes Justin Fields. Here he goes. Got one guy's in the end zone. Justin Fields, touchdown. Bullseye.
Dylan, what'd you think of the breakdown? Did he nail it?
I think I can go eat some dinner now. I think the film breakdown is done. I have no part here anymore on the show. I think that was perfect. The halfback draws, the stun gun action, the little surprises. I think everything was spot on, Beast. You did a wonderful job.
Beast.
This is called college. It's called welcome to the big leagues, kiddo. You just passed my class and you passed my test. Very good.
It means my IQ is a 142 now, right?
Right here. Do you know what this is?
Is that a package from Big Fella?
Ding ding.
All right, open it on the air. The man sent in a $100 super chat reminding you to do it.
All right, we're gonna go right here.
All right, Beast. Why don't you put the thing on your desk and not open it that way? That just looks like a bad idea.
We're gonna get this.
Oh God.
There you go. Yeah. Now. Let's see what we got here. Oh, in the words of Sergeant Hartman, holy Jesus! What is that? Oh my God, what is that?
The big fella joins us now, baby.
Is it
I
a
love it,
jockstrap?
baby. What? Here comes round one.
That's a jockstrap.
Este sumando el coche en la canocha. Woo!
Oh no.
It's a football, so he can spike it when he's jumping on the bed.
Hey, Beast, move your mic that's not even plugged into anything, and then give us the Garrett Wilson catch with the actual jet football.
The diving spike. Now.
Move your mic.
Halt! Attention, tension, tension.
Look at those stains.
Attention in French.
There's 3 more things.
Now.
He found a shiny toy.
Gary! Gary! HB Lee! Steers moving up! Gary! Blue! Blue 31! Blue 31! Gary, set! Drive it up! 318! Die! Touchdown!
There's 3 more. There's 3 more things in that box, man. That's like one of the things. Trust me, if he comes back on, it's going to be good.
If he comes back on, ladies and gentlemen, Beast Breaker joins us. Beast, you got 2 more items you got to open up here.
Hold it.
The 3 other items.
Dum dum dum. Da 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 da. The brand new Bad Boys. This Saturday we will be using this.
You got to try it now.
Well, I got some chicken that I have to put out. I got to defrost it, then get it in the buttermilk for about a few days, and then come Saturday, this is what the Giants will get. And Cross Kick City.
Beast, what's up with the stains on your shirt?
Hold on, that was a salsa. Hold on. For the Giants. B-T-E.
Did you just chant CTE?
No, B-T-E.
Oh.
Being the elite. Matt Nick Jackson, come on. AEW, you should know this. Come on. Manja.
Focus.
You know, manja.
I don't watch fake wrestling, Beast. I'm sorry.
Hey,
It's
Kill
not
Ross
fake.
wrote nice
Don't
nice man
me on
boobs,
that fake
Beast.
stuff.
Show the shirt.
Oh, the final of the final.
Isn't the final.
Yeah, show us the last item.
There's one more item in there that sums up everything after the shirt. You'll see.
What are you doing with that shirt piece?
Was he smelling it?
Show the back.
Hey, like I remember when Shawn Michaels won the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt. He held it with heart and desire. And this, what is this?
That's your FU stick.
What is it?
Oh, it's a wand.
Oh, you sent them a wand. You're a wizard, Beast.
You crazy? I know.
Got some
I do nice
drool on your chin.
nothing.
Beast, put a clean shirt on. You look like a slob.
Oh, wait, now, go to another caller. Thank you very much for your day.
Oh my goodness.
Well, big fella, I think the gesture was incredible. Job well done by you.
On the back of the shirt, it says Gabagool 66 on it.
Wow.
Oh my
I think the
goodness.
wand really spooked him. I think that was it. You lost him with the wand.
He's yelling abracadoodle as we speak.
That's his FU stick. That's what it is. So,
Man.
I tried, but thanks for having me on, man. And don't worry about the offense. We'll get it all together. We're going to be a run-based team, so let's just be happy that we have hopefully 4 solid running backs on the team. You know, can go from there.
Big fella, you're the man.
Yeah.
Great job with the care package to Beast. He liked all the gifts until the last one. I mean, you can't win them all.
Dude, he was really about that football.
Yeah, the football is going to be used all the time. Also, wait a second. He's wearing the shirt. How does it fit, Beast?
It's beautiful now.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Hell
Hey.
yeah.
Now, now can we get some gabagool sandwiches over? That would be a great
Hey,
thing.
say thank you to Big Fella. It's very nice of him.
To big fella. El muchos gracias, el señor. We will meet again. But oh.
Thank you. All right. Dealing with a bit of a delay, Dylan, so hopefully all the videos are playing clear. But got a super chat here for Team Curry. JA and DT. Go Jets. Connor L on the way. Shout out again to Connor Long. Did a great job hosting the first hour of the show as I was getting back to my apartment after some radio this morning. Big Country says, did little Joey poop on your shirt, Beast? Big Country, thank you for your contributions. More of your calls right now. A lot of people want in on the conversation. Let's say hello to, I want to go in order here. Let's say hello. Who is up next? My thing is glitching. All right. I have who was up next. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy was next in line.
Purple about Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
What up?
PBM.
Yeah, I don't mind that we didn't win the day because it gives us something to be humble about and to work on. And I'm not entirely, let down about Fields. If he can't make that out route, but if he makes the downfield plays, we haven't had any downfield plays in years. So if he can get that going, I think that's okay. It's not the end of the world.
I like your optimism, Mike. I am a little concerned, though. The out routes are the easy ones. The timing routes, that's the stuff that really kind of annoys me about quarterback play. Like, if you can't play within the timing of the offense, I mean, it's something you can work out. I'll definitely give him the benefit of the doubt that they can develop that into him, but it makes me a little nervous when you can't hit the 5-yard out routes. And like I said, I don't know if that's Garrett running too deep on the route. If that's a 4 or 5-yard out route, then that's on Garrett. But I feel like Fields getting to the back of his drop, reacting, seeing it, throwing it, hopefully that becomes more consistent in his pass game, because the longer he waits to throw it, obviously he can take off and run, but it also gets muddier deep down the field, and it gives the pass rush a chance to get him.
I also want to wait until, September before I'm really going to be concerned, because I want to give the guy a chance. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah.
He was Glenn's guy, and Glenn seems to have a take in what's happening here. So I'm going to believe in Aaron Glenn and think we're going to be okay.
A Glenn Truther, PBM. Yeah. Now, Mike, are you happy that you're a part of a forever Beast moment on the show yesterday when he said that his farts are acceptable because he's more manlier than Gorman?
Oh, my God. Some of the things Beast has been saying recently have just been crazy. But whatever. At least he's got, gifts. Got a nice football. What were the other two things that he got?
A wand.
He got a wand?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I got to watch that. What did he do with it?
He went all Paul Heyman on us. And he got real angry.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Good shit.
Now this, my friend.
Beast, try some. Put a little bit on your finger and try it.
Hold it. We're gonna fix this up right here.
Beast, can I see the wand? I want to see it.
Mike, no. Why'd you do that?
In the words of Paul Heyman, are you crazy? I am no. Oh. When you got to fart, you got to fart.
You just ripped ass. You're no better than Gorman.
At least I'm 10 times sexier than Gorman. That's a guaranteed goddamn thing.
You can't make it up.
At least he quoted himself there. He used Paul Heyman's quote, so he's at least starting to quote himself now.
It really is amazing. Just quote yourself, Beast. Be you. That's all you got to do, man. All right. Dylan. So I'm gonna punch up another caller here, and then I'm gonna reset my StreamYard because it's moving so slow. I don't want to derail the show. So I'm gonna give you someone that I know is gonna have a couple points, and then I'll rejoin in like 30 seconds. But first, I'm gonna play his intro so we can do things like gentlemen around here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Clifton time.
Kyle, how are you?
I'm good, guys. You know, whenever a politician gets up in public and they say, I'm not a wizard, I'm not a wizard, I'm not a wizard, they are a mother grabbing wizard. That's the one thing I learned out over these years. So
Yeah,
there's that.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. You know, Rothenberg got me again this morning, Jake.
Doing you dirty, Kyle.
What's that?
He's doing you dirty.
He's doing me dirty. An hour and 20 minutes on hold, and then I got dumped for Stop Rothenberg.
You're getting the Cho treatment, waiting on hold for over an hour.
It's fine. You know, I understand it's big time New York radio. This time constraints.
You're big time though. We need your big time takes though. That's perfect for radio.
Well, I thought I had a good one, so I'm gonna save it for you guys right now.
All right. Cool.
I was so frustrated. I had trouble sleeping last night, and I got up real early, and I was on YouTube, as I often am. And I saw finally the All-22 film of Brees missing that hole in the Packer game.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, as someone who scrutinizes this stuff, what were your thoughts?
So I'll take you kind of through the whole progression of my thoughts. In real time, I didn't think anything of it. I was doing the live stream with Nick Shine, so I was a little bit distracted, but also, you know, watching each play and just trying to take my notes. So live, I didn't think anything of it. Then I went back and I started watching the broadcast angle over of the starters, and that's when I noticed the hole, and I was like, okay, this is a bit of a bigger hole than I thought it was live in real time. Then you go on Twitter and you start seeing all the opinions flow in of everybody. And I try not to parrot anybody on Twitter, but I do look to certain perspectives, right? Like if I'm trying to learn about a quarterback, I'll watch a guy like Chase Daniel break down Justin Fields so I can learn from a guy who played the position. So I'm just looking around at all these Twitter explanations of what happened. I'm not the guy to know, like, okay, in this duo run scheme, this is exactly what we need. I forget who drew up the whiteboard play yesterday, but all the stuff that he was talking was a little bit too advanced for myself. So if I'm going to lean on somebody's opinion as close to my opinion, it'd be Robbie Sabo's breakdown. And he said in those rush concepts, the duo run concepts, you're not trained to cut it back and hit that backside hole. You're just supposed to go. And it looked like he was supposed to go between either the two tight ends or the left tackle and the tight end on the run specifically. And it just broke down on the left-hand side. So it could have been the right hole all along, but it just didn't block up front properly. So I would say I lean more with Robbie's perspective, but also I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I am the run game guru and know exactly what the responsibilities are. If I'm playing, you know, if I'm Breece Hall, I would try to make that cutback. So that's just where my personal opinion is, but the true detailed X's and O's opinion, I actually think he did it right.
So here's the take. The whole value of having someone like Breece Hall is that you're using his dynamic athleticism, his ability to get up to 21, 22 miles per hour. And, you know, his vision obviously has not been what we'd hoped in the last year or two. To me, that's a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's really no other way to kind of couch it. Like a guy that's that talented has to be a little bit more improvisational, wouldn't you say? Like,
yeah.
Like I understand if Braylon Allen, you know, if he's trained to hit a specific hole in a specific blocking scheme, and it's, you know, 4, 5, 6 yards every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's blocked correctly. But like to see that, and it's something where it feels like, again, it was something that he didn't see it. It's frustrating as a fan, and that's what I'll leave it at. I feel a little bit better about it once I've heard that, Robbie has kind of said that he's trained to, but again, I mean, there's got to be a little bit of a instinctual aspect of being a running back when you have that kind of talent, and that he doesn't seem to be showing, post injury or after what was an impressive debut season with the Jets. And Jake, since you've rejoined us, I wonder if you have any thoughts on the subject.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the angle that Frankie V did the breakdown on. I just heard Dylan's thoughts on it. I've seen Sabo's. For me, I like my untrained eye. I thought Brees should have cut it back, but if he's coached to hit the hole hard and just run then all right. Whatever that noise is, there's a weird noise going on behind you, Kyle. I don't know what's happening there.
I don't know who that is.
That could be my air conditioner. I apologize.
That might have been what it was.
It's all good. But so I don't want to make too much of one play in one drive. Like, let's see what Brees looks like this week. Let's see if they can get him more involved in the passing game this week, because he had 2 really good days against the Giants as a weapon, especially yesterday. I was told as a wide receiver in this offense. So I'm very intrigued to see what that looks like if they show something this weekend. Also, people are saying your house is haunted.
Thanks for your time, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who's saying that Kyle Clifton's house is haunted is the Lup man, who happens to be next. What's up, Luppy?
Ooh. Hey, how you guys doing? All right.
What's up, Luppy?
Listen, to piggyback off that play that everybody's making too much of, I'm sure that they told in the preseason to follow through the play so they can adjust whatever blocking scheme that did not go well, so they can, fix what's going wrong. That's the way I took it. I mean, you got to trust in your offensive line. If he starts looking for cutbacks right away, he's not trusting his offensive line. But then if he's looking for cutbacks right off the bat, you're not trusting your offensive line. You know what I'm saying? As a running back, when you start having a shitty team like Adrian Morrell back in the day, he would always look back for the cutback, and that's what made him good, because he didn't have a good offensive line. We have a good offensive line. We have to follow through with the play. So his cutback looking will happen a little later. This is what he got caught up in. And you don't know exactly what he was told, like we all said. So I think we're making a little too much of that, but it's preseason, and we're talking about preseason. So that being... What's that? Go ahead, Dylan.
No, sorry, I was going to say, just to add on to Kyle's point and agree with him to an extent, the Brees of years past would have probably hit that cutback lane, right?
Because we sucked.
So, right. But also, I think to your point, the coaching staff is saying, hey, Brees, when we looked at your film from the last couple years, we noticed that you trying to do this led to some inefficient runs. And what we want to see from you is, like you just said, just go and hit the hole that's right in front of you. Robbie said it in his video, you're counting hats on hats, and it looked like they had the numbers on the left to block it up. It doesn't really look like that coming off the edge here, but when you get the I sent Jake a video of this play so he could possibly get the end zone angle. Number 58, Isaiah McDuffie in the middle. He's right by Josh Myers' left hip right there.
Yep.
He's going to scrape in.
He's got leverage. Yep.
He's going to make the play regardless. So Brees, in my opinion, I think he hit the right hole for what the play was asking him. But yes,
especially in preseason,
100%. But when they go back and watch the film and they run that concept again, if that same thing happens, do they get a better look? Yeah,
and we've been so much.
Run, Jake?
Oh, yeah, it's wrong.
This is what you sent me, Dylan.
I apologize. I sent you the first run, not the second.
Oh.
But we're talking running the plays that are there, running the holes that are there.
Even that play, though, even this play, the outside zone run for Brees, he went right off the outside hip of the tackle, which he's supposed to do, right? That's his landmark. You see AVT climb to the second level, get a huge hole. Brees hits the hole. It didn't work out as a huge gain. So even when the hole is there and he hits it, it's not going to result in a perfect play. Obviously, when you freeze it and you have the element of going back and using the clicker and can just pause it. Yeah, the 70-yard touchdown looked very easy to get for Brees. Jake,
We
I'll send
also-
you the right clip. So
We also
we're on the
learned,
same
though,
page.
that constantly changing the play or not running with the play in the past, a la Aaron Rodgers, there's so much of changing of the play didn't help us too much. The fact that they're doing the preseason and following through with the plays and they can make the adjustments forward, I think that is a good thing. And I think that this is just an overblown play. That's what I think that people are just hitting at. I really wanted to talk about the Giant game, Giant practice that's been going on. The thing is, I'm saying that it looks like that they have more talent than us on the defense than we did the offensive line, but we are still growing. I know it's something we shouldn't say, but it seemed like that it's preseason and that it was hat on hat, and we're talking about talent. It's going to come down to coaching because didn't they suck last year? I mean, last I checked. So, I mean, their defense was good. They've gotten better. You can see that, but it's all going to be about their scheme. You're playing hat on hat, and I think that the Aaron Glenn coaching will be the difference this year in our team. And I feel that the discipline that they're doing, that needs to be cleaned up with penalties, which I'm not okay with. But the rest of the messaging that he's sending and the disciplines, like you saw him run the route and do the things that they're doing, I think that that is a step in the right direction. I think that's going to be the difference in our team. Is you've seen less talented teams win than talented teams, and I think it comes down to coaching, which is why I wrote that down there. It's coaching, and I believe in his staff more and more each day.
You look like a coach with the headset on, man.
Let's go. The love man. He believes in Coach AJ. I
do.
love it. You're all in.
Yeah, I got to get a little goatee, but I can't do that at work, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know Luppy is built for this.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Yeah, to his point, it's preseason, right? We have to take it all in stride. If this, just like the out route to Garrett Wilson, if it continues to consistently become an issue with Brees where he can't hit the hole or he's, ignoring the cutbacks, what have you, then yeah, we have to start having a conversation. But like he said, it's one play. And I'm not going to be too worried about it. He had 3 carries. They didn't split him out wide in any of the 10 plays that they ran on offense with Justin Fields. They had the nice play to Brees where he was running a shallow cross away from a linebacker, puts his right foot in the ground, turns and cuts it back upfield and gains an extra 15. So Brees is weapon 2. He's not running back 1. He's not, whatever. He's weapon 2 in this entire offense, in my opinion. It's Garrett and it's Brees. And a lot of things are going to flow through those two. So I'm not going to make too much of one run.
Do you want the second Fields play or you want to just move on?
It doesn't matter. If you want to pop it up, we could talk about it real quick just because we get the end zone angle so you can see 58.
Yeah, I will get that set for you. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here.
The only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D. Cozy totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
The
What's
champ,
up, boys.
Bonesy.
What's up, fellas?
How we doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just this is the meat and potatoes of training camp. This is the exciting stuff. We got our practices in with the G-men. We're on Jake's channel, doing what Jets fans do best. We're overreacting to positive and negative stuff. We can't forget about in the grand scheme of things, this is the Green Bay Packers super vanilla defense that they employed on us last time when Zach Wilson went 2 touchdowns and 100 and something yards, and I thought we had Joe Willie in the in the realm. So we can't, we got to relax on all the positives and the negatives. But the one thing I'll reflect on, just like Luppy just said, man, it feels really good to. If you're a Jet fan and you don't feel the difference in coaching, then it's just like, I wonder what Allen's saying about coaching. I hate to bring up Allen, but I love how he's always so negative. So now, what can you say negative about the coaching? Like, even my most exciting things, honestly, is Tanner and Wilkes having a lock in the defensive coordinator room, a head coach with experience. He's running the defense. You see Glenn at the offensive drills today. The past 2 days, he's not coaching the defense. He's coaching the offense. Glenn is he was so prepared for the job. You got to give the Lions organization a lot of credit to, given him so many chances. Like when you used to listen to Glenn just talk about all the things he did to prepare himself for this stuff, we just looked like a more prepared team. Really, and just watching people get schemed up just has Mr. Bonesy being super bonesy. It's been a beautiful thing, and I really wish I got to see Malik and Sauce go at it, but they were both out today, so
maybe Saturday we'll see it in the actual game. Are you ready for T Squared Social, Bonesy? Are you bringing the wife?
No.
Are you finishing the speech?
That's right.
That's good, Dylan. You got me. I will be there. The wife's actually not feeling too good, and we don't have a babysitter, so she's definitely not coming. But
hold on, I got a guy for you. Hey, Beast, can you babysit the Bonesies?
I'd have to fake a first class flight, and I'm gonna end. Bonesy, did you ever try something like this? Woo!
Is that hot sauce, baby?
Oh, this is a mad son of a bitch. You're one whip of this, and you'll be going, woo! Oh.
That's the next step of the hot sauce. It's going to come out the back end.
Hell yeah. Beast's explosions and go on in the bathroom. So.
But speaking of explosion, I like what you said about Tanner Engstrand. He got this offense in and out of the huddle. He was scheming guys open. I don't care if people want to criticize Justin Fields for taking the smart checkdowns 3 times. You go back and watch the all-22, those deep routes weren't open, right? And even if they were open, you're throwing a really sketchy pass and giving up a pass who's wide open right in front of you. So I agree. You're scheming guys open, and everything looked good from the, not to be a pun, but the bones of the offense looked really good. And I really can't wait to see how they increase on that. Wilkes, I'm never worried about because of his experience. Like you said, he's going to get these guys fired up. And that's where most of the boneheaded penalties came in. Again, another pun. Jeez, look at you. And the boneheaded penalties that need to be eliminated on defense, but that's not a Wilkes problem, right? That's just we're still trying to get rid of the sins from last year problem. And I think that'll be worked out. So good call out that both coordinators are doing their job.
Hell yeah. The run, Wilkes with the run blitzing. I haven't seen a run blitz in 5 years where
the safety
it's like,
blitz on the strip sack touchdown. There was a safety blitz. What is this?
I haven't seen a blitz. I haven't seen a blitz in Sauce Gardner blitzed on like the first play of the game and had that strip sack.
Teddy Bridgewater. I was there.
Where he hurt Teddy Bridgewater. I was there. That game was so
You were there
loud.
too? Why didn't you say hello, Dylan? How dare you?
Dude, I was right in the end zone. We didn't know each other back then. That's hilarious. Yeah. We were loud from the first play because Teddy got hurt. I remember. Yeah.
That was such a great day. I met Zach Wilson's family after the game. They told me they were big fans of the show.
Hell yeah.
Tremendous
Quinn
time.
Stiff-armed Tyreek Hill. That was a great game. That was a great game. But yes, that's the last time we saw like a corner or a slot or a cat blitz or anything like that. Yeah.
It's refreshing to see the coaching staff. And I also, to go back to the game when Martinez overthrew Smith on that deep ball, it was just watching somebody burn. Yes, I'm live. All right, I'll get it in a second, bro.
Hi, Lola. Oh, is that Lola?
That's not even Lola. That's Sonny Boy.
Sonny.
Football practice was canceled, so we're chilling, baby.
Hey, Sonny, since football was canceled, let's talk about our football team. Let's talk about the Jets. How we feeling, Sonny?
Good.
Good?
Nice, Dad. You're tipping the chair.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. I caught him.
Father of the Year. As Maniac Man is champion. What can he do?
Yes, sir. But that's my Jet stuff. I'm excited. The only thing that I'll bring us back down to earth is like I'm not even really worried anymore about the Fields, development. Holy shit! I did break the chair.
You broke the chair?
Yeah, I did break the chair. I just broke our kitchen chair.
Show us the chair. We need to see the chair.
These breakers sat in it.
Here's the dog. Here's Rexy boy.
Rex.
Man.
What's up?
Say what's up, Rex. Rex has got a nice crisp haircut.
Yeah, he looks fresh.
Looking fresh.
We haven't made the playoffs since Rex was a puppy.
Oh, no.
Here's Lola. Take that cub out your mouth. How old are you, girl? This is the Bones family. I'll be coming solo on Saturday to live it up.
What about Joe Bonesy?
Joe Bonesy is
Tony's that little baby. What?
Joe Bonesy is what I call. He's a I smell pussy. I don't know, man. I think he's doing something. I already told him. I think he's doing something for the game. So I wanted him to come. He's working with me that day, so maybe some peer pressure would help. But
then he's got to be there. Come on, it's perfect.
I don't know. He does have plans with a couple of the old school homies, so we'll see what's going on. But I gotta go fix this chair, and I think I gotta clean up dog piss. So love you guys,
ladies and gentlemen. The champ on the line, the great Mr. Bonesy. He's not just a shoe salesman, he's also an attorney at law.
Are you an actual lawyer or what, man?
Yeah, I am a lawyer.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to see Bonesy at this watch party on Saturday. Buy your tickets, people. $18, free beer, free shot, free hug from Bonesy. I'm sure he'll give everyone hugs. Who wouldn't want a Bonesy hug? Look at that man. Father of 3 kids, a dog, breaking his kitchen chair to give jet takes. What's better than that?
That's why he's the champ.
Some super chats I want to get caught up on, and we'll get right back to your calls here. And for those tuning in late, I've done a terrible job promoting this. We're giving away a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey at the end of the stream. So gift away. If you don't win, you get a chance to win on Monday a signed Darrelle Revis jersey, a signed Nick Mangold jersey, and a signed Wayne Corbett helmet. Big Will says, with Tyrod Taylor's injury, should we be concerned? If so, who should we be looking at? I'm not concerned until the Jets tell me they have reason to be concerned. He's not going to play in the preseason, but that doesn't mean he's out long. We went through the schedule. The last preseason game is next Friday. So, okay, he can't play in the preseason, but the season doesn't start till September 7th. So I think he's going to be okay. I think he'll be ready for week 1.
Yeah, I think he'll be ready for week 1. I guess I wasn't overly enthused with AG's answer when he said, yeah, Tyrod's not going to play in the preseason and hopefully he'll be ready for week 1. Like the way he just said, hopefully, it kind of left it like that there might be some doubt in that one. So I really don't want to go into the season with Martinez as the backup quarterback to Justin Fields. I really want Tyrod to be healthy. And it's unfortunate, right? Because the narrative on Tyrod is he can't stay healthy, and he got a knee injury that required an minor arthroscopic scope, but he's not getting touched. He's wearing a red jersey in practice. Like, that's unfortunate for him. So if he is missing any regular season time, it does become a big concern. I guess the wording more so than the actual injury is probably what's getting me, because AG was very cryptic with hopefully he'll be ready for week 1.
Huge shout out to listener Melissa, who just purchased 2 tickets to the watch party on Saturday. I got an email alert on that. So the 4%ers will be well represented at the watch party on Saturday. What do we have here? C says, who do you think the team captains will be? Also, when do you think they will be named? Typically, that doesn't get named till like the week or so leading up to the season or week prior to that. Who do I think the team captains will be? I would be really surprised if obviously Fields is not one of the captains. He's the quarterback. That's how it goes. I think Quinnen's a captain for sure. I do wonder if this is finally the time that both Sauce and Garrett Dillon are captains as well following their deals. I think it would make sense. I don't know how Glenn's going to do captains, how many he wants. Is it, only like 3 like what the Jets did last year? It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know, but I do think Quinnen and Fields are locks to be captains.
As long as he doesn't go the 2024 Giants route where they named like 13 or 16 players as team captains, like that's just unrealistic, right? You have to, shorten it. I went to 2 offense, 2 defense, and 1 special teams, and you hit on most of the names. Sauce and Quinnen on defense, it just makes sense. They're your 2 best players. You just signed Sauce for a long-term deal, and Quinnen was the one who signed before that, and he was already a captain. I would say Quincy's in the mix there too.
Sherwood's a captain too, by the way. He's calling the defense. They love him.
Yeah, and Sherwood is another good one. So if they go 3, it would probably be Sherwood or Quincy. But on offense, I'm probably going to go Garrett, like you said, because of the contract. I don't think they're just going to give it to Fields and just immediately assume that he's a captain of this team. Although, for everything we've seen, and I'll use a Nick Faria quote, by and large, Justin Fields has been a captain of this team. So if they put the C on him, I'm not surprised. But also, I would say Garrett and AVT. AVT would probably be the guy to me that I'm putting the C on their jersey. And then on special teams, rather, it's Nick Folk. You could argue it would have been Hennessy if we had rookie kicker and rookie punter, but now that you have Folk in the mix, you're putting the captain on Folk.
Man, does Nick Faria say that phrase a lot and I just never noticed?
Now it's that phenomenon, Jake. As soon as you have him on and he says it, you're gonna trigger. You're gonna be like, oh, Dylan said it, and yeah, then you'll be putting it on a T-shirt in the merch store.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Faria. Remember he had a take that the Jets shouldn't play any of their starters, and he was double bountied off the show. I'm still not over that. We've never had anyone get double bountied, let alone a guest.
Truly amazing. I'm glad it's never happened to me because I've had some takes on here that may have been worthy.
Henny in the house. Shout out to the Hennessy Heisman. Says the offense looked great, and we're nitpicking one run from Brees in the first preseason game. Jet fans got to relax, stop taking the bait. I do agree. I'm not concerned about Brees. I've been yelling at people who are like, trade, you're not getting anything for him. No.
Yeah. Can we stop doing that with all the positions, right? Again, it's preseason. Just because the fourth string at any position does something good does not mean we all of a sudden have a starter in that player and we can just trade off the top guy at the depth chart. Like, that's just not how it works. There's starters for a reason, and then there's backup players for a reason, and then there's depth players for a reason, and they all fit into a category on purpose. Martinez is not better than Justin Fields. We need to stop doing this.
Or Tyrod Taylor, for that matter.
No, exactly. And if Martinez could become the long-term backup when Tyrod is no longer here, that is a huge win in and of itself from what the Jets put into the quarterback position, right? They got him off the scrap heap, essentially. So if he did turn out to be a long-term backup, great. He's not going to be a starter. You're not trading him or trading away to make him the starter. So, yeah, we got to stop overreacting.
Henny says, remember, we were supposed to win 5 games this year. By the way, not at FanDuel and all the other sports books now. Jets win total is now at 6.5. So they've moved up to 6.5, which I don't love it as much. I liked it at 5.5, the over. 6.5 kind of feels right now. Like, I could very easily see them winning 6 or 7 games. I think that's right. I hope it's way more than that, but it has at least trended upward. So the odds makers are now predicting the Jets to win between 6 and 7 games.
Yeah, I think originally they were smelling the 4 wins like you, so they set it at 5.5. But
it turns out that was just B static. I just didn't realize.
Ooh, that's a stinky 4 wins too. But yeah, I think the 5.5, the odds.
Sorry,
on
I
the
can't
5
help myself.
You're fine. The odds on that 5.5 made it, kind of clear and obvious to bettors that eventually it was going to go up to 6.5. So if you don't think they're going to win 6 games, you take the over at 5, or if you think they're going to win 6, you take the over at 5.5, and then it's free money every time it boosts up a win. So I'm not surprised it boosted up to 6.5. I don't think it'll go to 7.5. That's a little bit too steep for what I think the Jets can be, but coaching can get you there, right? That's the difference. Everybody's kind of called in and talked about coaching today. That's the difference maker. Is you can win 5 games with a very talented roster and no coaching. We saw that. Now, can that coaching staff be the difference of 2 to 3 more wins when you can close out football games in an appropriate NFL manner and not blow leads to Anthony Richardson, allow 2 touchdowns in 8 minutes? So, yeah, there's a lot that bakes into it, but the 6.5 is not a surprise to me.
Rich says, Jake has the best fart tracks in all of media. If there's one thing I should be known for, my illustrious broadcasting career, Rich, I think it's definitely that. So thank you very much. Let's see. Jerry Jett says Beast didn't lose 70 pounds. Well, he lost 70 pounds over 3 months, Jerry. You got to get it right. Come on now. Dylan, what are your thoughts on Beast's ability to lose 70 pounds over 3 months?
Over the last 3 months, I personally went on dates with Margot Robbie and Sydney Sweeney. So while we're at it, we're just saying stuff that is clearly false. Because we can take one look at Beast and see that over the last 3 months, his silhouette there hasn't changed much.
Beast, what do you have to say to people who don't believe you lost 70 pounds?
God.
Beast, we're on the air.
Price is Right bingo's popping off.
Beast. 70 pounds, 3 months. Thanks for the time.
Salient points.
By the way, that Gator edit might be one of my favorites he's made.
It's perfect. It's perfect because everybody. I'm not
We're all
saying
waiting
they're
for
wishing that to happen, but it's. I knew what you were doing today. I just fixed the bed, Jake. All right, now jump on it twice, Beast.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you actually fixed it, though. To be fair,
Beast, are you challenging Beast's handyman craftsmanship work? Come on.
Look, we know Beast has the best hands of any man to ever live. He'll tell you himself.
Yeah, the fact that he dropped the football the second he touched it.
That was a great moment, too. Jack says, Jake playing fart sounds when DT's trying to make a serious point is hilarious. I'm glad someone appreciates it, Jack. Thank you. Kyle Clifton with a super chat here. He's in the raffle for 2. I'm trying to stay even keel. It's preseason. I had taken the patience tack when Fields missed G5 on that out, but we cannot pretend there haven't been criticisms of Brees's vision in recent seasons. I think it's all fair, but I think when Jet fans rip Brees and then they say get rid of him, they conveniently leave out that over the last 2 years, no running back has accounted for more receiving yards than Brees Hall. He's a big part of their offense in that regard again this year because of their lack of weapons. So, like, your criticisms are certainly fair, Kyle. I'm just trying to remind not you, but Jet fans in general, this guy's super important to what they're trying to do on offense. So let's not like bury our own players here.
Yeah, 100%. He's weapon too, and I don't know if Kyle, in the time he turned off the call and got back on to watching the stream, he didn't hear me say it, but I think Brees in the past would have made that cutback. So I think there's an element of coaching that part of it out of him where he's got to just not be, hesitant and just hit the hole. So like, I think there's just a lot of different layers to this onion of Brees Hall in the run game. But I think once you line him up out wide next to Garrett or next to like Jeremy Ruckert or whoever it is in the formation, I really think we're going to see special stuff from Brees. So I'm not too worried about it.
Gator writes in, they're not fart tracks. They're actual farts blasted out by callers. You're welcome.
That might be the worst part, right? Is that they are actual farts live from this show.
Oh, these are real and spectacular, baby.
Oh, when you got to fart, you got to fart.
You just ripped ass. You're no better than Gorman.
At least I'm 10 times sexier than Gorman. That's a guaranteed goddamn team.
Man.
No words.
I mean, for those who are new to the show, this is Charles Gorman.
Excuse me.
Your excuse, Charles. And then I also have this one on file.
Oh.
What a world we live in. Now I have the Gorman farts playing on a loop in my ear, so I did this to myself.
I was gonna say this is your own doing, Jake.
City with a super chat. Seems like Fields keeps overthrowing Garrett Wilson, or they're just out of sync. I think they are out of sync right now. They have not had that instant chemistry that I think we all just assumed will be there. I think it's coming, but that's why I would like to see the passing game have something develop downfield a few times on Saturday. It doesn't even need to be Garrett. Get me a long Josh Reynolds player, Arian Smith out there with the ones. Let him do something. Get a great catch today in the joint practice. I want to see something from the downfield passing attack. I think that's the next step for the offense.
Yeah, and we saw, I think it was the play where he's scrambling to his left in practice and he throws it to Tyler Johnson on like a deep over route. So there are elements of him throwing the ball downfield. I just don't think we saw enough of a sample size last game for us to have a definitive, okay, he's not going to do the deep ball stuff. Like Justin Fields has a really good deep ball, and I think he can let it go in certain situations. So I wouldn't be surprised if on one of the drives they take a shot play, right? And like maybe it's a 1st and 2nd down and they just try to go deep to, like you said, Arian Smith or even Josh Reynolds or somebody. But it seems like in practice, Aaron Glenn, they're focusing on something, right? Because it's been a lot of quick game passing, like 3-step drops, get the ball out on the first progression and go. And then maybe you work in the deeper 5 to 7 step drops, the true drop back sets, and then you actually look for your deep concepts, like the post routes, the deep over routes that they had in the game where he chose the check down wisely. But I want to see those concepts that, yeah, you take the deeper shots.
D's nuts in the house.
D's nuts.
Imagine trying to explain to someone what a Mike D's nuts explosion is. It means he gifted 5 channel memberships, baby. If you got a membership, thank Mike. And Mike, you're in the raffle for 5. Good luck. The Lump Man who called in earlier, he's in the raffle for 5.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
I got it right here. The epic prize. It is a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey. He's back, baby. Jermaine, by the way, he is off the PUP list. He didn't practice today out of precaution. They're easing him back in. Neither did Quinn and Williams, by the way. Sauce, calf soreness, for those of you tuning in late. And Glenn said yesterday, Lazard out about 2 weeks. Simpson back at practice today and yesterday, so that's good. Real quick, I meant to ask you about this earlier. What do you make of Myers getting all the snaps with the first team unit at center today? Some are saying, oh my God, Tippmann's not going to be the starter. I think it's very obvious that they're preparing Myers to be the center if and when there's an injury to one of the guards, and then Tippmann would slide over to either left or right guard. That's my feeling on it, but what do you make of the quote-unquote center battle?
Yeah, I'm going to modify the Badlands O-line Tetris. I think the coaching staff is just playing proactive O-line Tetris and saying, okay, John Simpson suffered a back injury. What will that look like in the regular season, and how will we deploy our best five on the front offensive line? And that would mean moving Tippmann to guard, moving Josh Myers to center. You probably upgrade very slightly at guard, going from Tippmann or Simpson to Tippmann. Maybe some people would argue that's a slight downgrade, but it's a bigger downgrade going from Tippmann at center to Myers. So you're kind of taking a downgrade at both spots. So any reps that Myers can get with the ones is going to be beneficial to him if and when that does happen. So obviously we don't want it to happen, and I don't think that that is going to be the case. Myers got beat like pretty badly on some of these pass rush reps by Dexter Lawrence. Again, Dexter Lawrence, but I think Tippmann had that one bad snap, and now the combination of Tippmann snap and Myers with the ones has got everybody in panic mode. Like, what are we going to see Tippmann on the bench? No, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think when we get to the season, Tippmann's the one, Myers is the two, but he's the sixth man, right? He's that first off the bench, and I don't think he can play guard, so they need to play him at center. He hasn't played guard since 2017 when he was redshirted at Ohio State. So he's always been a center for the last 8 years. So if Tippmann gives you more flexibility, you use that guy at guard first. And we could see it if a tackle goes down. AVT bumps out to tackle, Tippmann goes to guard, Myers in at center. So like there's a trickle-down effect, and I think the coaches are just proactively experimenting with Myers in at center. And I don't think it looked great.
More of your calls coming up, but today, let me tell you all about Zip Recruiter. They are a part of our show this week. And look, they want you to know that finding the right person to hire, it can feel impossible sometimes. You get flooded with resumes, but few have the exact skills or experience that you're looking for. Not with ZipRecruiter. They're going to make it easy for you to discover incredible candidates fast and hopefully hire some Asmaniacs. Right now, you can try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Their smart technology, it works for you the moment that you post a job. Their matching system instantly begins showing you qualified candidates, so you're not wasting time sifting through wrong resumes. And when you find people you like, you connect them right away using ZipRecruiter's ready to send invite to apply message. It's a quick way to personally reach out and encourage them to apply sooner. Ditch the other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you find the needle in the haystack. Hire Asmaniacs. Use ZipRecruiter to do it. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So you can try it for free right now. Exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Again, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Hey, Charles Gorman, I hope you're listening, buddy. This is for you. The people at ZipRecruiter, they watch the show. They know all about your quest for a job. So check it out. All right. More calls, shall we? This guy does not call in a ton, but when he does, he usually has some great takes. Dirty. He's normally in a truck as well, but today he looks like he's playing video games. What's up, Dirty?
No video games, man. I got done early today, and I am editing shorts for Top Dog Coverage. So we are
new YouTube channel, Dirty?
Yeah, we've been at it since January, February, and it's all football, man. All scouting, all everything. So we're setting up our players list for 2026, and we are going to college games, go scout. So
are you doing like Division I? Like this is the NFL scouting we're talking about?
Yep.
I love it.
Do you go to Senior Bowl?
I didn't. Actually, my partner, C-Dub, he went over there. So he's also part of SIS and a bunch of other things. I actually applied for West Point so I can do the live stats over at West Point, but made it to the second interview, didn't make it to the third, so we'll have to try again next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, for those who don't know, Dirty did like a scouting class with Phil Savage and a bunch of NFL folks, and you fell in love with it after that, right? So now you kind of want to do your own thing?
Yeah, actually, Phil just had an advanced scouting one too, and he might be doing a cap, doing the cap and everything. So I might join that one as well. So it's Mel Kiper was our last speaker.
How was that?
What's the name of that scouting program? Because I was looking at what was it? The scout. I forget what the name of the scouting one was, but it was like a bunch of NFL execs. But what was the name of the one with Phil?
I actually, it's exactly what it is. Just Phil Savage scouting.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. So I can give you all that information. And such. But
that's perfect. I actually met Phil at the airport at Senior Bowl.
He's one of the coolest guys. And
the day before the Rex Hogan news dropped, and I asked him, I said, "Oh, that's great. I met Rex Hogan last year. Now I get to meet you. Maybe I'll see Rex this year." And he just kind of looked at me, and then the news dropped that he was mutually parted ways with, and I was like, "Oh, this is why."
Yeah, mutually parted ways, aka see you later, Rex. Thanks for drafting Zach Wilson for us. That was his recommendation, by the way, for those who don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's pretty wild though. Like if you look at it, every time we go in, it's just like you could look at a ton of film, a ton of this, ton of that, and just you look at hip flexion, ankle flexion, just a bunch of different things when you're underneath there. And look, I'll be honest, you get the floor for a certain amount of time to go over your scouting report and everything, and I got reamed a new one. Like you gotta know what you're talking about and such. But I mean, like, Phil is a no nonsense kind of guy, but he's also very, very, you have to be teachable. You know what I mean? You have to know what's going on. And he taught me a lot of great things. So I'm ready for the next class that he throws up, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
I love it. How do you feel about the Jets, Dirty? You optimistic?
I'm optimistic, and you don't hear much about this because everybody likes to see the flashes, the wide receiver, the running back, the cornerbacks. I get it. I'm excited to see this offensive line. You have your first round picks except for Tittman, who's a second round pick, and John Simpson, who was like a fourth round pick. I think Vegas is where he started, or Oakland at the time. And it's like, you can't get better than that. They're mean, they're nasty, they're creating holes regardless of what happened with Breece Hall. I like that they're switching it up. I like that they have Myers kind of going in and out. Tittman could be a guard. I like that they have that versatility. And, look at the three-headed monster we have back there. It doesn't have to be all about Justin Fields. It could be about the running game, controlling the time, controlling the clock, and we could win more games than people think. I'm not saying that we're going to be playoff bound, but that doesn't mean we can't surprise some people.
I love it. Dirty, continued success, man. Always good to hear from you.
You as well, my friend.
Dirty, checking in for a longtime viewer of the show. You've seen Dirty
Definitely
call
have to
over
get
the
that
years.
information from him about that scouting program, because that's right up my alley. I
love that.
I'll get chewed out by Phil Savage for not understanding the difference between a 3 technique and a 2-eye. I'm cool.
I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, more calls. We might have a first-time caller here. Max is up next. I don't recognize the name or the face. Hello, Max.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Are you a first-time caller, Max?
Yeah, first time.
What's up, Max? Thanks for making the call.
So I think the Jets, I'm optimistic about the Jets. I have a couple topics to talk about. So the preseason game, so my impressions of the preseason game. So I think Justin Fields played good. Aaron Smith was a standout in the preseason game. He had like 2 catches. I was talking on a show, Aaron Smith, I saw a video about Aaron Smith. He was, because he was undervalued as a receiver. He's injured for his 3 years of Georgia. And then his senior year, he had like a ton of drop issues. So I hope I heard he's like working on with a device to help improve his catch radius. So I hope Aaron Smith becomes a good wide receiver in the National Football League. My second point is, what do you guys' opinion on trading for Terry McLaurin? Because I'm all in on trading for Terry McLaurin because I feel like the Jets do not have a wide receiver too. What's your guys' opinions on it?
I would love to do it. I don't see why, 1, they would trade him, and 2, if the Jets, I don't think are going to be willing to trade away significant draft capital and have to then pay him when they just paid Garrett Wilson over $30 million, and McLaurin wants reportedly a similar contract.
Yeah, McLaurin said he wants more than DK Metcalf is making, and that's $32.9 million a season. So I'm not very optimistic about the payment part of it. But if they're willing to trade him for like a day 3 asset, sure, because he needs the new contract. But that's just not, unfortunately, what they're expecting back for McLaurin and what the the haul would be from a team giving him up for him. I don't think that they're going to meet in the middle, and the Commanders are going to end up having to bite the bullet and either pay McLaurin or keep him on the contract and let him walk next year. So I would like to see it happen. But to your point about Arian Smith, it seems like he's kind of asserting himself as somebody who could be the future wide receiver too. And to the point about your the goggles, they are putting like some kind of like drunk goggles on him when he's catching passes. So I do like to see they're taking a huge like proactive approach with him. He's staying after practice and using the jugs machine a lot. So he is definitely seeing the criticism from Jets fans, understanding the criticism, and doing his best to not let that become the narrative of his NFL career. So maybe he becomes the wide receiver 2 of the future. But yeah, it seems like this year for now, we're going to have to deal with like a combination of 2 or 3 guys doing that type of work.
Max, how long have you been watching the show for?
Just recently started watching. I follow some like YouTubers, Matt O'Leary. I talk on Long Beach Show Jets, another Jets YouTuber. I was actually on a call-in show last night. We were talking about the preseason. So
Long Beach Show?
Yeah, Long Beach
Great
Show
guy.
Jets.
He's been on this show before. Yeah, Long Beach is
Yeah,
awesome.
so I was on the show last night. We were talking about the preseason. So here's 2 standouts that I want to see next game. So offense, Arian Smith. I think he has potential. And then defense, Jay Tufele. He was really good. He had like 3 or 4. He had like 1.5 sacks in the game on last preseason game. So I hope Jay Tufele, because I feel like he's good. He can make the 53-man roster if he continues his production.
Tefeli's been great. I mean, he looked like Aaron Donald last week. He also apparently had an amazing 2 days of the joint practice. Like multiple people that are like don't even cover the Jets or Giants as national folks who were there were like, Jay Tufele looks real. Hey, Dylan, if they found something in Jay Tufele, this defense is going to be so damn good with him next to Quinnen and the other edge guys, and then the secondary. Like, God, I hope Tufele. He's not going to be Aaron Donald, but if he's like just solid, that does so much to the defense.
And to think that they like a guy like Byron Cowart more than Jay Tufele.
Right.
So if Tufele is doing this and he's probably viewed as like the 3rd interior guy, maybe there's a reason they didn't draft Deion Walker and they took Arian Smith, guys. Like there's a reason that they draft the way they do. We don't necessarily need to agree with it up front, but Jay Tufele made a lot of fans eat crow about how bad this interior defensive line was on Saturday. And obviously you want to see it progress. Yeah, hand up. I was skeptical as well. But to your Arian Smith point, I think Martinez and him connect on that deep ball this week, and they get the timing down, and it goes for a big play. Maybe not a touchdown, but it goes for a big play. So I think Arian will be featured downfield more.
Hey, Max, it says you're a track star. How fast do you run?
Oh, man. So I did track. So I just renamed the track star because, I did track all 4 years in high school. So
how old are you, Max? I should start with that. And where are you based out of?
So I'm from Homedale, New Jersey. So I ran track throughout high school from my freshman year to my senior year. So that's why I had nicknamed the track star, because I used to do track back in high school. It was like a sprinter.
I love it. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad that you found the show. Do me a favor. Send me an email, all right, with your address and your T-shirt size, and I'm going to send you a Garrett Wilson shirt for my merch store, all right?
Sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a great debut from Track Star Max. Well done. First-time caller. Tremendous.
I like all the first-time callers that you've been getting, the last week and a half. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork now that we've had a preseason game under our belt. You said for my channel specifically that I was going to see a lot more engagement. I certainly have. So,
dude, my viewership is up.
People like Max.
In the last week, my viewership is up 35%.
Yeah, I had videos. I was making maybe 250, 275 on the views last week. Now all of a sudden this week it's 450 to 700 views. One of my videos got 1,000 views for the first time since May, when I had Buffalo and Will Parkinson on, and people were still tuned in before they broke for camp. So yeah, I think this is gonna be fun, man. It's gonna ramp up real quick.
Spencer Green with a super chat. He's in the raffle for 2. He says, if Fields runs as fast as Max talks, nobody has a snowball's chance at hell of catching him. Good call, Max. I love it. Max, maybe he was a little nervous. Give him a break.
He was passionate.
Yeah,
he was passionate.
I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, we just took a call from Max. How about we take a call from an even younger Asmaniac? Josh is up next. What's up, Josh?
DT, Jake, how we doing?
What's up, Josh?
My
How are
boy,
you?
my fellow South Carolinian. What's up, bro?
Let's go, baby. So excited for the season. But I was at training camp, so I wanted to talk about a little bit what I saw.
You were there today?
Yeah, I was there at the Giants facility.
Let's go.
Yeah, friend's a Giant season ticket holder, so I got hooked up with some sweet VIP perks. It was pretty great.
Oh,
Have
hell
you
yeah.
been to Jet Camp before too, Josh? How does it
I
compare?
have not. This was my first ever training camp, period, in the
Gotcha.
NFL. So.
Okay, so what'd you think? Give us the Josh takeaways.
Okay, so the Josh takeaways were that special teams was interesting. We know I keep my eye out on special teams. On kick returning, I saw Donovan Edwards out there a lot, which was interesting. And Xavier Gibson was surprisingly good to my standards. He's a guy that I don't want on this 53, but he was actually, he played well on special teams today, returning kicks. And Kane and Wangu did not look good, I can tell you that much from what I saw. And I didn't see much of Pritchett back there returning kickoffs at least. The kickers were good. I think they were solid. I don't think they missed a kick.
Nick Folk hit from 55. He was great.
He was, I know. 2-minute drill. The Jets looked a little bit lost. I think they give each team a timeout. And so the Jets looked like, their 2-minute offense had a couple hiccups. They were not moving as fast as they could have. And then at the beginning of practice, they did O-line, D-line. And overall, both groups look solid for the Jets. The offensive line lost a couple big-time reps. Like the big names, Carter and Lawrence, got in there for the Giants. But other than that, like overall, I'm personally not making a huge deal at Tippmann running with the twos. I'm personally making a bigger note of Martinez running with the twos with the Jets offense. That was interesting to me over Brady Cook because clearly he had the better preseason game. But we'll see. Martinez is the guy I want at the QB3 spot. Overall, good practice. And that crazy Arian Smith catch, I think it was crazy to watch in real life. But good practice overall.
I like it, Josh. Now, did the Giants fans give you a hard time today, or they respected your Jet fandom?
No, well, I had one guy come up to me. I mean, I shot it right back at him. The guy's wearing a Mets jersey. Like, go eat it yourself. Goes, it must be tough to be a Jet fan. Like, buddy, you're a Mets fan. So, I mean, calm down a little bit. But sorry to my Mets fans in the chat. But, like, I mean, he was just being plain rude. But I had
Did
to
you
shoot
say you're
back
also
at him.
a Nets fan? Also, that T-shirt looks gigantic on you. What size is that
No,
shirt?
it's not. It's an adult small. It's fine. It goes
fits
to
you?
here. Yeah.
The chat was saying it looks too big on you, Josh. I'm just
The
repeating their
collar,
line.
the collar hangs a little low, but
I
it's
see.
it's a 5.
Do you want to try on like a Beast Breaker shirt? Do you think that will be too big on you?
No, what triple XL?
I think he's a 2X. Beast, what size shirt are you?
Dylan, you're muted.
Hold on, I got something caught right in my eye. Ooh.
I think all the next gen Jets could fit into one of Beast's shirts.
Anything could happen. It's just, well, what's up, Josh? How you been, man?
Beast, how we doing?
Did you get hot sauce in your eye?
What happened, Beast?
Yeah, a little some claim into the eye, but that's
It's
all
hot
right. I can
sauce.
take pain. No pain, no game. Are we ready for the Giants Saturday? We're gonna eat their ass alive, and we're gonna burn them.
What a call!
We have a minor here, Beast. What are we doing?
DT, that was hot sauce. That was like Frank's Red Hot.
I think he got hot sauce in his eye. I think that's what happened.
No
got
pain,
hot
no
sauce in his
gain.
brain.
Can
What
somebody
was
tell him I
that?
don't think you get gain from putting hot sauce in your eye?
Well, Josh, we covered a lot of ground with you today. Excellent call. I'm glad you had a great time at Giants camp.
Oh, wait, can I ask one more thing? Of the
Yes.
chat, if you're a Met fan, I'm going to the Mets game tonight. What is good food at Citi Field besides Shake Shack?
Ooh, I was going to say
Thank
Shake
you.
Shack. Josh, the chat
Chitty's
will
cheeseburgers.
they'll
Or
respond.
Chitty's cheesesteaks. Chitty's cheesesteaks is pretty good.
Hold on, my friend Dan's calling me. Hey, Dan, I'm on the air. What's going on? I'm on YouTube.
How are you? I was just calling you back.
How many wins for the Jets this year? Tell the 1,000 people watching.
4-13.
There you go.
That's all you can expect. And my wise words in Jets nature would be expect nothing and then maybe be surprised. But expect nothing.
Dan used to be the most optimistic of Jet fans. Now all he says in our group chat is 4-13 for life.
That's all they're capable of doing. The owner's a crook.
Did you like how I referenced Woody Johnson in the best man speech I gave at your wedding in March?
Yeah, but he's a pillar of horribleness, and it's not a coincidence that him and his stupid brother have run this team into the ground over the last decade and a half, and that's why they win no games.
Final question. You're also a Met fan. We just had a caller who's going to the game tonight. He's not a Met fan, so he doesn't typically go to Citi Field. What should he get at Citi Field?
The Palo Frita steak sandwich is very good.
Steak sandwich. All right. I'll give you a call back later. Thanks for the time.
All right, so long. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Budick doing his thing. One day I'll post the best man speech. I just never got around to it.
I give you props, and I know that's your boy, but like I'd have hung up on any of my friends that said 4-13 in front of all my listeners.
Well, he's actually a Jet fan, though. That's why it's not.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's a legit diehard Jet fan. Like I've been to games with him. Like we've watched the playoff games together. Back. Josh, you probably don't remember because you weren't born, but the Jets used to go to the playoffs regularly in the 2000s, and I'd watch them with Dan. But
so he's credentialed to talk shit. That's fine.
Yeah, no, he's a real Jet fan. Otherwise, I'd be like 4-13. Go to F you. But,
Yeah.
Actually, we have a thing that if the Jets ever won the Super Bowl, he would have to go do a naked mile around the Syosset High School track because that's what he was willing to do for a Super Bowl.
Getting arrested for a Jets Super Bowl is always a wise decision, Dan.
Dan would do that, but Beast, you still wouldn't sacrifice your guinea pig?
Are you blind?
No, you're blind. You put hot sauce in your eyes.
Do you need a Q? You start to sound like Al Bundy and go, do you need a Q-tip? What are you,
Hey, what's up with your
Bundy all of a
eyes?
sudden?
I'm concerned about your eyes. That's why I went back to you here.
Do you have pink eye, Beast? Did you fart in it?
Beast, you said you were eating ass before. Does that explain the eye situation?
Oh, no. See, that's called shooting a promo. See, this is called a shoot promo. You want to be tough enough, you better bring bring everything you got.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Beast, thank you. Covered a lot of ground there. All right, couple calls left here. We got some heavy hitters on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a chill pill. Dylan, are you ready for a little big show?
Oh, always ready to chill and chill.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and be prepared because it is time to chill and chill. But I can't find his intro. What? Here it is. Found it. Joe and Chill now. Gator says, I think Big Joe might need an intro.
Big Joe.
Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in.
Big Joe.
I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles.
We're talking about Big Joe.
My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
I put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling.
Big Joe.
What's up, fellas?
Big Joe.
How you guys doing?
We're chilling.
Oh, man.
Jake, I didn't watch your show. Listen to your show this morning. I apologize. How'd it go?
I thought it went pretty good, Joe. There was a lot of chilling, a lot of talking.
Did you get a lot of guests in, or did the guy just talk everybody to death?
No guests. We just did some calls. We did some sports talk topics. We talked about life. We chilled.
Got it. Dylan, how are you?
I'm doing well, Big Joe. I'm chilling, man. It's a good week, right? Giants and Jets this weekend. It's gonna be a big Joe game.
Can't wait. What's 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah, me and Nick Shine going live at 6:45 to watch the game live on his channel. So maybe you could tune in with us and chill with us and watch the game.
Yes, possibility. It's on the NFL Network, so I'll be able to get it down here in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what I have too. Yep.
Now, are you going to be at the meetup in October?
No, I live in South Carolina, so all those meetups are going to be hard for me. But I am going to the Tampa one, so me and Jake will be chilling week 3 right after his birthday for the Tampa game.
Where do you live in South Carolina?
Spartanburg, right next to Wofford.
Spartanburg. Okay.
Yep. It's upstate by Greenville.
I live about 20 minutes north of Charlotte on 85.
Yeah, you live near Catawba. I drive past there all the time when I go to my brother's in Greensboro.
Yeah, I'm 20 minutes from work.
Oh yeah. We'll have to get an IRL chill session, Joe.
You have to come up to a game anytime you want to come to a Catawba game. I'll get you in free. I usually get a couple tickets to a home game.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I'd love to bring my little nephew. He loves basketball.
Hey, Joe.
Anytime.
They're calling us the 3 Amigos.
I like it.
Also, I got something for you.
What's up?
We found a way to get your recliner into the parking lot at MetLife and make it real easy for all of us.
Nice.
What do you
How
think?
how am I going to get it on the plane, though?
We haven't figured that part out yet.
Yeah, you figure that out.
Well, if it gets good gas mileage, maybe you could just drive it all the way up here. Just chill all the way.
Yeah, that's true. I could do that. Do you need a ride?
I think Nick Shine's going to pick me up.
Okay. Yeah, he's not going to pick me up.
No, he and I are going to be chilling.
That's
Hey,
cool.
Dylan, how'd you develop a relationship with Nick where he's willing to pick you up, but he wouldn't do it for Big Joe?
I met Nick Shine, and we chilled and watched the Jets-Chargers game together in 2023. We were both in attendance. I was at O'Leary and Ryan and Green Bean's meetup, and I met Nick Shine. So we go way back.
What do you think, Big Joe?
No, that's cool. You just got a relationship with him. Plus, the other thing is, I think Nick said it was his birthday or something during that time of the meetup, so he's going to be with his family anyway.
Yeah, that day is his birthday. No
Something seems
excuses,
fishy.
though. He's got to be able to pick you up, man. The chauffeur.
Chauffeur, I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a surprise guest is joining us right now.
You guys know
You're muted, Nick.
How are we, gentlemen? I'm sorry. Let me.
Oh, we're chilling.
Definitely chilling. Yeah, Cho, I'm sorry, man. That day's just not a good day, bro.
No, that's okay. I understand, man. Family first.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being understanding. I wish the thousands of people in the chat would be that way, but they will not.
Nah, family comes first. Actually, in my contract, back when I first got hired at Catawba back in 19, my daughter was still in high school, and she's a very good volleyball player. She's been starting on varsity since her freshman year. And in my contract, I put in there when she does travel, and if it happens to be on one of our games, and it's the tournament in the game, I'm going to the tournament and missing the game. So that was part of the agreement for me to be hired.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense, man.
Yeah, she's awake now, though, so I don't have to worry about missing games anymore.
Hey, Nick, how many stickers did Richie give you today at training camp?
All of them. There was no one else to give them to, so I took all of them.
You look like you're having a great time here.
Tremendous. It's better.
I heard you stepped over some little kids to get them.
Dylan, you shut your dirty pie hole. We had some Giants fans in front of us, and me and my buddy Mark were teasing him. The kid was like, he was probably like 7 or 8. He knew it was football, though. And he had a Lawrence Taylor jersey on. And his brother or cousin said to him, "Who's the Jets' backup?" He goes, "It's Tyrod Taylor." And I was like, "Oh, he's actually injured. He just had surgery." And the kid turns around like to give me a dirty look. And then my buddy Mark goes, "Yeah, bro, we know the deal. That's not a Lawrence Taylor jersey. That's a Tyrod jersey. Nice pull, kid." He got so mad for like an 8-year-old. He should not be that pissed off.
Oh my goodness.
Probably killing ants with a magnifying glass at home.
Hey, Dylan, what do you
Yeah.
think of Boy Green meeting Tanner Engstrand, by the way? Is this good or bad for our season?
Well, I can say probably definitively no Photoshop was used here. I think Paul meeting Engstrand was very, very good for the team. I think I think this is going to be an interesting conversation that I can't wait to hear the details of from BG. But yeah, I don't know, man. I got no words for what could have been said here. What concepts do you think BG was telling Engstrand to run?
That's what I want to know. I also want to know if Boy Green owns the largest green bag that has ever been purchased.
He bought everything in the merch store, dude.
Boy Green spent $700 on merch.
He asked if he could buy the tent as well. He said, "You know why I have all the products? Just give me the whole tent as well." And folded it up and stuck it in that bag.
Hey, Big Joe, I got some news for you. Georgie says that Boy Green is more of a chump than you are. Wow. Now he's going after Boy Green.
Wow. Why does he go after everybody?
I don't know. Georgie,
He's from California. The whole
won't
laid
stand
back
for
thing
this.
is just made up. They're not very laid back in California. They're quite aggressive.
Somebody's commenting about Engstrand's height. He was a former quarterback, so he's probably like 6'3". So like Jake and I standing next to Engstrand would still be a big height difference, but
Be like
Boy
standing
Green,
next to me.
Yeah, exactly. Boy Green needed to stand on like a box and not have his feet in the picture to make it like balance out a little bit.
Hey, I'm going to add one more caller to this chill off before we get to the last few calls. What's up, David? David?
I think we got you on mute.
You're on mute, David, but it looks like you're chilling.
Maybe he's so chill he can't even talk.
I like it.
That's
Let's
a new
zoom in on
level of
David.
chill.
Is that a
Chilling
Kicks by
for
Carly hat? That's hilarious.
Is it?
I think it is.
It is. Oh my God, Dave! Did you rob Bobby Midnight's house?
We can't hear him, but it's good to see that he's chilling. His name tag says he's chilling for Cho. Look at him. Love to see it.
It's a movement now.
It really is.
It's kind of like the ice bucket challenge. We need everybody submitting pictures to Jake of where they're chilling like Cho. Just do it in random places. At the mall, at Target.
Hey, Gary.
Just chill like Cho everywhere.
Start chilling. Let's go.
I'm chilling. All is well.
Chilling. I need to see it.
I'm not really a chilling guy. I'm a little.
Goodbye.
Yeah, we've noticed. We've noticed,
Papa
Gary.
Jet, you're next. Start chilling.
Well, I'm chilling.
Lucky you're up. Start chilling.
Yeah, Jake, you want to see something fun?
I'm chill.
It's a ridiculous downpour right now, and I got to run into the building, so I'll give you a little Nick Shine in action.
Everything
here.
is good.
Shit.
I don't know. We're competing with some pretty good shots I could choose from.
I
right now.
just
This better be
think
good.
that maybe I should get up once. I like this. This is nice and comfortable.
Run, Forrest.
Run, Nick, run. He's got a limp to his run. We're going to do the tape later.
It's coming down a little bit.
Got to have Nick shine tape on that run later.
That was,
gentlemen.
oh, look at
Dylan, you
this,
got to
though.
break that down.
Just in case Cho shows up here at my work, we got a chair ready for him.
What a gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
Dylan, you
seems
gotta
to
break-
wants to chill. Here we go.
You got
Bobby
to break
Midnight
that. You got to break that down, Dylan.
I gotta go.
We will break down the all 22. Or I guess we'll call it the all 9 of Nick running.
Hi, Cho. How are you?
Break down the all 22.
Chill.
Raven, get in your chill position.
Got to chill.
This wasn't so chill, I would almost think it was the Bobby Midnight Show.
We're almost there. Oh, there it is. 10 bucks. We are on the show.
Okay.
Oh my God! Wait, I didn't. realize-
I'm picking you up out of the corner of my eye, Jake. I'm trying to do. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Yo, I did not.
You get the fuck out.
I did not realize you guys already put the camera on me. That's not fair.
The camera's on? I didn't know it
I
was on.
wasn't
Chilling?
ready for that.
Just
Luffy's
chilling.
doing his best Nate Hackett impression, sleeping on the job.
Sal's in here too. Just want to say this is
Are you
awesome.
in, are you in the gold zone?
I was just gonna say, dreaming of the gold zone.
Yeah.
We call it the yellow zone because I'm peeing in my catheter right now.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Jake.
I just have to say that I'm really honored to be the lone representative of the 4% Club amongst this fucking sausage fest.
There you go.
Raven, don't you love a sausage fest or no?
Oh my God! Goodbye.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
I was just chilling.
Did I get everyone off? I'm on delay. Hold on. Hold
PBM
on.
did such a good job not saying a word the whole time.
Hold on. I'm on delay here.
It's just us now.
Oh, is it just us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was enough chilling for the day. We are at the 2-hour mark. I'm
You weren't
hearing
kidding when you said it was going to be a fun show.
I felt it. All right.
Oh, you just muted yourself.
How about now?
There you go.
Beautiful. I appreciate everyone who wanted to be in the chill off, but I do have plans tonight. So last chance to get in on the raffle. I'm going to be fair to the people that actually were on hold to make a jet point before everyone called in to try and chill with Cho. Raven and then Papa are last. You know what, Gary? Yeah, Gary, do you have an actual call or you were just calling this to be Gary? We'll figure this out. Raven's got an actual point. Then we'll do Papa, and then we'll get to the raffle here. What's up, Raven?
Not much. That was fun, guys. Thanks for the invite.
Well done.
I appreciate it. I guess my actual point was, obviously it seems like practice today was not particularly great. And, I just want to emphasize to everyone, guys, it's just practice. Like, I would rather see this now than on the field. And also, I feel like these joint practices aren't necessarily meant to, like, glean anything from the team itself. It's more so like in individual matchups. It looks like Arian Smith, he's having a great camp. And to that point, we also have to think about this Giants defensive line. Like, we knew that like they could very well have the best defensive line in the entire league this season. So, again, I think it's just important that we all take what we've heard out of today with a grain of salt, because it's still early. This is just an in-practice scrimmage. And, that's going to happen during training camp. You're going to see shitty football. But, hey, I'd rather see shitty football in practice than during the regular season.
It's true. I think they're fine. I think we all overreact, Raven, because we're fans and we want to talk about football, and this is all we have to talk about right now. So that's what we do.
I always say that us Jets fans are an extremely emotional and reactive group of people.
Yes,
that's very fitting. Yes,
absolutely. It's like a trauma response.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we very much trauma bond over the New York Jets here.
I like how your message is basically to just be like Coach Cho, just be nice and chill.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's all you can do. Like, look, none of us are coaches. None of us coach for this team. We're all armchair experts. Like, let's hold our horses here. Like, it's okay, guys. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, I agree with your point. Let's see bad football in August so that we don't see bad football in December, right? Let's work out all the kinks now. Like, we're not a finished product, and anybody expecting to see a finished product is going to be sorely disappointed. But for, the more level-headed people like yourself or me or Jake, like, we know what the expectations are, at least internally, and our personal expectations. So I'm basing a lot of things off my personal expectations. If I didn't think I was going to see a lot from a person and they do way more than I thought, okay, that's great. But Sauce Gardner, for example, the expectation is for him to get 2 pass breakups and a tackle and run defense in a game setting. And maybe the DPI was a little much, but like, that's the expectation for Sauce, is to dominate. So I'm not going to say he like surprised me, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even once we get on the field, we're not going to be a finished product. It seems like Arian Smith is certainly establishing himself as a legitimate candidate for wide receiver too, but he's still going to be a rookie, even if he does get the job. He's going to make a couple of mistakes here and there, and we're going to be like, oh, we shouldn't have drafted him. This was a bust. But it's like, no, the kid's a rookie, and he could very well be potentially thrown into a starting role on this incomplete offense. And to your point about expectations, we knew that our safeties are probably our weakest group on the defense. We knew that coming in. So again, this isn't anything that we weren't prepared for. And if anything, it's a good challenge to go against potentially a top 3 defensive line in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Raven,
there's no
excellent call.
Sorry. Yeah.
I was just reading the chat. Everyone's saying we need more Raven calls, and I'm like, I agree.
Man, that was beautiful. That was great. Yeah, and to her point, I don't think there is a single position group that is better than the Giants' defensive line. Like, I think she was being nice by saying top 3 in the league just in the defensive line, but you can match up any position room with the Giants' defensive front, and I feel like the Giants will come ahead of all those. So it's a very special defensive line, and I think that needs to be prefaced when we talk about not having the best performance against them.
Yeah, I mean, like Brian Burns winning a lot of matchups it's notable if he's not. You know what I mean? Like they
It's
paid
to
him
be
a ton of money.
expected. Exactly. Yeah.
And also, there's a huge advantage in these settings, especially in like the one-on-one. Sable had a great tweet about this today, when it's like Abdul Carter could like just take like a running start and go at like one of the Jet linemen in like a pass rushing drill. So
Senior Bowl one-on-ones, the same thing happens, Jake. The running backs versus linebacker drills. How in the hell is the linebacker supposed to cover an entire field for the running back? Like some of these drills are designed. Yes, the offense has an advantage here. The defense has an advantage here. There's no guard helping the tackle against, Fashanu versus Brian Burns one-on-one, when in all realistic, if John Simpson's not busy, he's going to go look for work and block Brian Burns as well. So there's so much nuance into the practices that it's like we need to take it with a grain of salt.
Big Fella says, I need to learn AI. I got to make a pick of Boy Green fighting Lil Joey in the last scene of The Karate Kid. Great show, Jake and DT. Big Fella, thank you. And you have a good chance to win a Jermaine signed jersey coming up in a matter of moments. But first, Papa Jet, and then Gary, and then Raffle, and then Sia. What's up, Papa?
I'll make it quick. How you guys doing?
What's up, Papa
Good,
Jet?
Papa. How are you?
Good. Hey, as far as this, I don't know, I can't pronounce his name. That defensive tackle that did real good in Saturday's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did he come from? Was he off somebody's practice squad, or was he a UDFA?
Heaven.
He was a free agent signing from Cincinnati.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, as far as Cook, did they say anything about him returning, the quarterback?
He was stretching at practice today. I don't think he got a lot of time like in the team periods, but I think he went through at least like stretches and warm-ups today, which is a really good sign considering he was in the passenger seat of the cart yesterday getting taken off the field. So to see him out stretching his ankle today was a really good sign.
Okay, because I didn't know if you're going to bring in another body, because if he's out and Taylor's out, even for preseason, you'd have to get through it, But
yes, exactly.
And then my last question is, do you think for Sauce there, do you think they'll move him around more? You know how they did with Revis, like they put him on the best, he would just follow the best receiver, and Sauce seems to be planted on that one side. Do you think with Glenn and Wilkes there, you think they'll move him around a little bit, or?
I do think so, Papa. And I think even in the 2 drives that the starters played, I'm trying to go back to my notes real quick, but I do believe that Sauce Gardner traveled with Matthew Golden, the Packers wide receiver, on one of the reps. And there was like a slight miscommunication between Sauce and Brandon Stevens on who was going to travel with Golden. Sauce ended up going with him, and Stevens stayed back on his assignment. But I did like that they at least showed it a little bit in the preseason that, like, hey, we're not afraid to not put Sauce on this side, Stevens on this side, and we're going to move them around. But on the other side, I do think they feel confident enough in both of our outside cornerbacks playing press man coverage that if they just need to lock down 50% of the field, they're going to do that. And they have the confidence in both Sauce and Stevens to do it.
Okay. And just a shout out to Mike D's Nuts. I don't know if you guys caught it. He did a hybrid Coach Cho and Charleston Jets route. Did you guys catch that?
You know what?
He was chilling shirtless?
Was he? I did.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So he did a hybrid. Yeah. So very good for him. So, but that's it, guys. I know, Jake, you want to get going. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Papa Jet.
What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Gator. There's no words other than Gator.
It's so funny. Every time I play a video, I have to accept that it's just going to be blasting on a loop in my ear for a good 15 seconds after.
Now you hear Max like the Kool-Aid man bursting through the wall. You're muted again.
And you hear me again. All right. It's just freaking brutal. All right. I'm not even going to play Gary's entrance because if I play it, it could delay the raffle. So I'm just going to go right to you, Gary. But I'm going to introduce you by just pointing. Hello, Gary.
What's up, Jake? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So a couple of really one thing. I'm optimistic on this team. I think the team can be a 500-ish team if coached right. Like I think maybe win 9 if all goes well. But I'm looking at the receiver room, and it's a major issue. I was talking to your buddy Alan last night, and it's like when you really look at it, it's really bad.
Why would you talk to Alan voluntarily?
I was gonna say,
That's
whose
my homie.
buddy
That's
are
my
you?
boy.
Whose
Alan
buddy
is
are
one of
you
my
referring
friends.
to?
I would consider Alan like one of my good friends. Like he's my boy. I like Alan.
Do you think if you were, on fire, he would help you?
Yes, absolutely.
You do.
Like, do you think would he piss on me if I was on fire? Is that what you're asking me?
Do you think he
Yes.
would?
Yes, I think he would piss on me if I was on fire. Yes.
I don't even think he would.
Why do you think he's a bad person? I understand you don't like him, and I think you think he's a troll. But why do you think he's a bad human being?
I have my reasons.
But like we're looking at the receipt, like it's how important is Mason Taylor, and is he basically going to end Breece Hall in the passing game? And are they going to, in essence, be your get the second and third most targets on this team?
Yes, they are weapons 2 and 3, in my opinion. And then it's like Reynolds, Smith, Lazard, Braylon Allen as like the next 4.
When you say those names, Reynolds, Gibson, what is the I guess my question is how bad is this? Like, where would you rank this in the NFL? Outside of Garrett Wilson, the 2, 3, 4 receivers, is it the worst in the league? Is it among the worst in the league? I mean, it's you knew it wasn't good, but when you really look at it, Josh Reynolds is like a marginal NFL player. He's your second best receiver.
Yeah, I'd have to, I guess, like look at the Our Lads depth charts of every team and get back to you like definitively. But there's a conversation that it's bottom 5, bottom 7. If we're being generous, because after Garrett Wilson, it is pretty grim. And then it's all like high hopes and expectations, right? That Reynolds can bounce back and be the guy that he was in Detroit for that 1 year, and then there was another year he had like 600 yards or so. But yeah, it's pretty rough, and I do think Taylor and Breece are going to be the guys that they lean on outside of Garrett. So I'm not trying to worry myself so much with who is wide receiver 2, and that's why I'm kind of deferring to weapon 2 being Breece and weapon 3 being Mason, because if you have 3 good pass catchers in your offense, who cares what the position designation is, right? Because Breece Hall is a running back by name, but like let's just talk about fantasy purposes, halfway through the year, ESPN Fantasy can add the wide receiver designation to him too because of where he's being aligned on the field. They've done that before with running backs and vice versa. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly how they deploy Breece, but it seems like what we saw in the preseason game is not at all what we're going to see from Breece in the regular season.
Hey, Gary, what are your thoughts on people in the chat labeling you as sexist Gary, as Amanda, who's a member of the 4%, did with her comment?
I maybe define what you mean by sexist, right? Like, if you mean that I think men and women are fundamentally different, sure. If you mean I hate women, that's ridiculous. So it depends, on how you're going to define what sexist is. Like, it's not a word like misogyny means a hatred of women. That's what the word means. Sexist is kind of like an interpretive word. Like, what do you mean exactly by I'm sexist? I could be. I wouldn't take that as an insult, but just tell me what you mean by it, and I'll tell you whether or not the description fits me.
You care what a woman thinks?
No, I don't care what she thinks. But I'll answer you, Gary. Are you a sexist? Well, that depends what you mean by sexist. Tell me what you think, and I'll answer your question. I'll give you the best answer I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is Gary 3D Boxing. Unreal. All right. I'm not even going to mess around with production videos here because I'm having some issues on my end, but I do have the raffle wheel, Mr. Tereman. So someone is about to win this jersey I have in my possession right here. A signed Jermaine Johnson jersey. You see the wheel on the screen, right, DT?
I do. Yes, I do. I see a lot of names.
All the names. This combines yesterday's second show and all the names from this show. Good luck to everyone. The names have been shuffled. For full transparency, we'll hit it one more time. And here we go. The winner of a Jermaine jersey is it Trackstar Max? Yeah.
Let's go,
Max.
Let's go.
He got
That's
the raffles
awesome.
because he was a first-time caller, so I put him in for 2. And how about that? A first-time caller just won a signed JJ jersey. Hit the Mad Max video.
What do you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Love it.
Oh my God! All right. I did that to myself, Dylan.
Jake had to make sure his head was on straight after that one.
Good God. All right. That's a show. Thank you to Dylan.
Oh, you're muted again. StreamYard's really messing you up.
It's been a bad day. I think my computer's overheating. Don't worry. I'm ordering a new desktop setup here. We're going to be better for week 1. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
I had one thing I wanted to share, then I wanted you to plug your channel. This was just sent to me. Apparently, I'm not allowed to go back to Beast. Beast texted me this. This is how bad his eyelids are from the hot sauce incident.
Oh, the shirt is on point. Everything. I mean, gosh, your chat is so fast with the AI stuff. But hopefully, Beast really puts some like ointment or some kind of drops in there and really not hot sauce drops. Figure that out, Beast. You good? Can we see you? You see us?
Any day now, Beast.
I was just reviewing. I'm doing a little review work here. I'll be all right. What the heck? That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It's just fine. Now,
all right.
Is there a Mr. Gump? Mrs. Gump? She's on vacation. Now, this looks a little freaky to me.
Thank you, Beast. All right, Dylan. Now, please plug your channel and tell people why they need to subscribe to it immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's at Dylan Tereman on YouTube. I'm checking right now to see the active number of subscribers. 717 is the exact count right now.
Guys, Dylan can't feed his family unless he gets to 1,000 subs. So if you want Dylan to be able to feed his children, of which he doesn't have any, but for the sake of this bit, I will tell you who he does. You must immediately subscribe to his channel.
You know, this is going to actually pull on the heartstrings more. My 2 poor dogs, they can't get their puppy chow because I don't have enough subscribers. So please get me to that 1,000, get me monetized on YouTube. We'll do memberships in terms of like long form film reviews. That's coming on Friday. We're going to review all of Justin Fields' starting drive for the Jets against the Packers. Tomorrow, I have Emery Hunt of Football Game Plan coming on the channel at 7:30. I pushed back the film review one more day to Friday, but Emery Hunt is going to come on. He's one of the best draft minds in the entire space, and I've met him at Senior Bowl. He's come on Jet Nation's show with Glenn and I before in years past, so I'm really excited to have Emery Hunt. He was at joint practices the past 2 days, and he may or may not have said that our green and white Jets will win the AFC East. So I'm excited to have Emery Hunt on the channel tomorrow. Everybody tune in at Dylan Tereman on YouTube. Please subscribe, and we'll be hanging out. I've been doing close to 2-hour shows when I go live, so you can bank on at least 90 minutes when you come to my channel. So appreciate everybody, and please, let's get those subscribers up. I want to get paid.
Love it. Make sure puppies don't die. Subscribe to Dylan's channel. All right, Dylan, you're the man. Thank you. I'm going to leave you all with a clip that needs to be played. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Brandt, Jake Asman. Good morning, football. We made it, bitches. Everyone have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
I love the fact that you were loyal to the Good Morning Football brand. All these other guys, they're leaving. Who are we talking about? I don't want to name names, but Peter Schrager. Now that we have that out of the way, who wins more games this year, Jets or Giants? The Jets. Come on. Jets. And I'm a huge Kyle Brandt fan. Team Kyle Brandt, is that allowed? Yeah, it's allowed. This is New York. Breakfast and Kyle Brandt. Is there anything better? Come on, people. I love this guy.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.